What's going on, everyone? So, welcome to the latest live stream. We are, of course, continuing our collective series of our top 100, where all three of us came together to figure out our top 100 favorite films, and we're going in alphabetical order. So, you guys guessed it because you clicked on this video. This time around, we are discussing our number 10, which is Batman Begins, the 2005 influential Christopher Nolan film. We will get more in depth about that, but of course, I am joined today with Marv. And then Sergey of SkynetGen, who, by the way, is still very close to 1,000 subscribers, so be sure to subscribe to his channel. And guys, Batman Begins. What do you guys think about it? Marv, I guess I'll start with you because you're the oldest, so, we'll start with our elders. You saw this in theaters, right?
Hold on.
Uh-oh. Elders choking.
I didn't expect to go first. Okay. All right. So, as you said, I did see this in theaters. But that is not... This story first hit me with... I saw the poster for this movie almost 21 years ago. And when I saw it, it lit me up. I was excited because I love Batman. I don't know. I'm sure you guys know that by now, but I really love Batman. And when I saw the poster, I was just like, "Excuse me, sir," talking to the security guard at the time, Donald. That was his name. I said, "This is a new Batman?" He's like, "Yeah, they got a new one coming out in June, I think, right?" So fast forward, mind you, opening day comes. Long story short, there wasn't a lot of fanfare for this movie when it came out, at least where I saw it. I think we were the only people in the theater. Big theater, too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, mind you, we all know the history. Drew Schumacher, God rest his soul, his contributions did not, they did not meet expectations, to put it kindly, right? So Batman was dead, right? You know, so I walked in just like Batman, give me Batman, right? I watch it, and I had saw Insomnia, but I wasn't familiar with Nolan yet. I wasn't like following his career. And when I saw this movie, this was the movie that lit the fuse in me about everything. Like movies, superheroes, directors. This was the movie that like kick-started me into my love of like my movie fandom. I always loved movies, always did. But it was this movie that made me feel like I saw a movie that was made for me. That's how I felt. Go ahead. What was your question?
Just your relationship with the film, like when you first saw it in theaters, like your first reaction, like you loved it pretty much right away, right?
Right away. And I saw an interview with Nolan where he said that when he wished that when he was 12 he got a movie like this. And so when I hear other people talk about Indiana Jones or other, I guess some of Spielberg stuff, I just feel like this felt like that for me. Like I felt like how people might have felt when they watched Back to the Future, for example. I felt like that this movie was made for me and, kids like myself who not only love superheroes and Batman, but just movies in general. Like I felt like I was watching somebody take this seriously, not like serious in terms of tone, but like they weren't trying to make a quick buck or just try to like just here
Yeah.
give this to the nerds. Like he really took it seriously. He wanted to do it right, and it just even when you rewatch it and when you like just look back on it, the fact that he was able to pull it off, it's a miracle. This movie is a miracle. And I'm happy that it's beloved. I'm happy that it has its place in history. It started a whole wave of superheroes were big at the time, but this kind of like shaped the Amazing Spider-Man movies that didn't fare too well, but this was the start of
Sherlock
it.
Holmes,
Yeah, all of that.
Casino Royale,
That was all
the,
here. That
the list
started.
goes on.
This starts here, and so I think that we have to remember that when we talk about this movie. And Nolan, he gets the Dark Knight gets the love, but it was here where the foundation was laid, and so I'll always be thankful to Nolan for this movie. It means a lot to me. It always will. Um, I love this movie, and I'm glad it exists.
Me too. Sergey, you didn't see it in theaters, right? Like you came across it, I'm assuming.
No,
Like
I did watch it in theaters.
Oh, you did too.
Yeah, because they came around. It came out around my birthday. It was like I think it
Yeah.
was came out like literally a couple of days before, and I didn't really go to the movie theaters that often. Like it would be a once or twice kind of a situation where my mom would take me out just on special occasions or something. So it was just coincidentally that on my birthday that movie was out. So I was like, great, this is perfect timing. I get to see it because I did grow up watching the Tim Burton films. I really liked Batman Returns. That was probably my favorite leading up to this. And I, of course, grew up watching the animated series, which I really liked. So obviously, I was excited to see it, and I liked it right away. Like it was definitely tonally different from like all the other ones I'd seen, because there's always been like a level of silliness to them, even with like Batman Returns being definitely like darker, but there's still like comedic elements to it.
And it's a
So I
very corny
thought it was
film.
very refreshing to see like a more serious take. And it was just good to see the genre, which I didn't appreciate at the time, but it was like years later, just seeing how much contribution it did to the genre, where more talented people were backing these superhero films, and especially directors. It wasn't like this running joke of, oh, it's just a superhero movie. And then just like years later, it still holds up really well, actually.
Oh,
I
yeah.
just watched it a couple days ago, and it's a perfect like script. Like there's nothing to poke at there because everything's so tight. Like there's no fat to it. Like I can't take anything out of it. I feel like everything serves its purpose in the film. So sometimes I always forget like just how good it is, because it's like there's always this attention on these other bigger films, and especially Dark Knight. But if you look at my letterbox, I have not reviewed Dark Knight or Dark Knight Rises, but I have with this movie twice, and I've actually seen it more times than the other two combined.
That's fair. I get that because I know for myself, I'll get into my history with this. I thought Sergey and I were the only ones that hadn't seen it in theaters, but
No,
wow, I feel jealous.
I've seen surprisingly a total of like 3 movies in 2005 in theaters: Robots, Revenge of the Sith, and Batman Begins.
I'll just say this: I was really hoping that Batman Begins would get a proper re-release in IMAX, similar to like Interstellar last year. I really want to see Batman Begins on the big screen because I will never forget the first time I saw this. It was on DVD at my cousin's house and in his basement because he loves the movie. And up until that point, I had seen Batman the movie, like the 1960s, like campy version, and then I saw Batman the animated series, and that was something I liked. But as both of you know, I've always been like a Superman kind of person, so I respected the Batman animated series and liked it. But when I saw Batman Begins, it was one of those things where I was just enamored with the pacing of the film. Like, I just remember saying, "This is moving so fast." And at the time, I didn't really know about like nonlinear storytelling, but now I look back and I'm like, wow, it was really impressive too with how I feel like it was one of the first superhero films to have that, where you're going back and forth between his childhood and then, of course, as he's adult and how, that's affected him and how it's going into like trauma, PTSD, like a lot of deep themes. And I just think it's one of those films where, even speaking of Superman, I mean, it influenced Man of Steel. And Man of Steel, even that structure of that film is heavily inspired by Batman Begins. So I've liked it a lot. I've always really loved it, and to this day, it's still one of my favorite superhero films. It's also a film that it seems like a lot of people seem to love still to this day because it has an 8.2 out of 10 on IMDb. It's as of right now number 132 on IMDb, and it did get an Oscar nomination, which is pretty cool. It was for cinematography, which I think is fitting. I don't know if Sergey, I don't know if you saw it on 4K, but it looks gorgeous 4K. So you own the Blu-ray still?
I all of them. I just own the Blu-ray.
Oh, okay. I remember you said the Dark Knight the Dark Knight Rises you still own the Blu-ray, but I wasn't sure how that begins. But it's gorgeous. Like very, very enamored with it. Also, the score by Hans Zimmer and James Newton Howard, like so good, so amazing. Like during that car chase scene, that when that score kicks in every single time, I get giddy. I'm like, this is awesome. Like that, I kind of wish that they continued collaborating, but I feel like Marv, correct me if I'm wrong. Did they have like a falling out before Dark Knight Rises? Because I know they didn't collaborate with that one.
So say it again, Hans Zimmer.
Hans Zimmer and James Newton Howard, because they did the first two films, but they didn't do the third one.
I don't
Maybe
think so.
maybe their schedules weren't aligned. I mean,
Yeah, I would go with that. I don't think it
Okay.
was anything like that. But then we wouldn't hear about it either. So,
Yeah, that's a good point.
but
Also, we have
matter of fact, no, I think I know what it is. I think this is just my theory. But James Newton Howard, he did the Hunger Games the same year that Hans Zimmer was doing the Dark Knight Rises. So maybe that was it.
that's a good point.
They were close in release, and the Hunger Games had a very like tight production schedule. So that could be a reason.
You make a good point. I didn't think about that. Some of the comments, by the way, Ace Plus is in the chat. Good to hear from the Ace, and he says, "I love Batman Begins."
Me too.
Glad you feel the same. Drew's Movie Club is also in the chat, and he says, "Start one of the greatest trilogies." Agreed. Great film. Love how Christian Bale had to train to become Batman. Yeah, I think that's something we should also discuss. The fact that Christian Bale went from The Machinist right into Batman Begins is just it's incredible. Honestly,
he went from being anorexic to this buff character.
yeah. Well, not only that, but there's something very interesting about it too, because he went from like being really, 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 really underweight to then he gained all this weight, including like fat, and Christopher Nolan's like, dude, you're Batman, not Fat Man. So then he had to lose all that fat, put on a bunch of muscle, and I'm just like, this is insane. Like with what
it didn't quite work out with Ben Affleck though. He stayed fat.
I mean, I feel like Ben Affleck got pretty buff. Like his
got way too big for Batman.
No, that's ridiculous. You stop it right now. What is happening here? First of all, listen, okay. Have you ever read The Dark Knight Returns? Have you?
Yeah, I've read it. I've looked at it. Yeah.
He looks
not every adaptation. He looks like that though.
No. Listen, that is how he's supposed to look. He is supposed to look just like that. He did a great job, a wonderful job. Oh, and that's comics accurate suit, right? That's the comics accurate suit. Ben Affleck had a great training regimen with those guys. I don't know if it was 8711. No, it wasn't them. Hold on.
I just want to say, keep in mind, it is an adaptation, so there's going to be different interpretations.
No, Chadwick. No. Zack Snyder did it comics accurate. We're going to give him some love and some grace on this chat. Everybody in the comments.
We can. I'm a defender of Batman v Superman. I thought that was really good.
I'm not talking about the quality of the movie. I'm talking about Ben Affleck's his debut was spot on.
I liked his character. I liked his performance. I'm
talking about his peak physical condition. That was how it needed to be.
Look, I grew up with the animated series, and that's not how he looked. Okay.
He was so buff in that.
I grew up with the '60s Batman, and none of those characters.
You get Adam West out of
Chad wants to see him in underwear.
No. Ben Affleck was the perfect Batman. It's a shame that he had, succumbed to, divorce and stuff like that. That ruined it. Plus,
I think I just went on the record. I think Christian Bale was great. I think Ben Affleck was great. I will also say I think Robert Pattinson is great. They're all great. And
hold on. Who's
Michael Keaton great though?
I will say I liked Michael Keaton as well.
I'll say no. I will say no. I've never understood why he's beloved. I think he's beloved as Batman because he was the first official Batman. People don't count Adam West.
Adam West is the one that started it all.
The less said about that, the better.
Have you seen the movie?
The Adam West. I tried not to remember it.
That's a movie. It's very campy. Like when you look in the dictionary for campy movie, that's like the first movie that comes up.
Or we can do my favorite word, corny. Let's say that.
You do like corny. I mean, yeah, it is corny, but it's unapologetic.
Oh God, no.
It's. I mean, dude, literally when Riddler's like zapping people, it literally says like zap. So it's like it's definitely in on the joke.
That is so ridiculous. I hate it. This is and Christopher Nolan saved us from the likes of that nonsense.
Well, wasn't it how that those comics were made back then?
I was just about to say, Sergey has a point. Like that is how it would show.
It is comic book accurate for the 40s.
No, because I forget what it's called. I don't know what the first one is called. I don't know what it's called. Not World's Greatest Detective. It's called something. I forget. Maybe you guys might know. But when
Yeah.
it was when it was first ran, it was more of a like noir type of thing. That's fine. That's what Matt Reeves did. That is perfectly okay. Whatever that nonsense was, we just need less of it. Less of that.
I
We
want to
don't.
do a live stream of us all watching that together just to see Marv's reaction to
I
it.
will not do it. I'm not doing it.
Marv, is that a half a star out of 5 movie for you, or what?
It's
What
not a
was?
no star because I'm not watching it. Don't
But
ask me to watch
but
it.
you watch the Joel Schumacher ones and you like those, don't you?
No, I went to sleep on them. We put on what was it at the Airbnb?
Airbnb weekend.
I was like, why are we watching this?
I- I'll put it to you this way. I see why that ended the franchise temporarily, and I can also see why there was some skepticism with Batman Begins. But I do want to talk about the history of Batman Begins. Christopher Nolan, the director of Following and Insomnia. It's kind of insane, but also I'm all for it. The fact that the studio was like, this director who did 2 R-rated films. Oh, wait, 3. Memento. How can I forget
Yeah,
Memento?
I was wondering,
3.
like, what the heck's going on?
I think because I was just thinking about how the other 2 films were like Warner Brother films. So I was thinking about the production history between Warner Brothers and them. Because Memento was actually, the studio was Newmarket, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, Marv. So it was like different. But the fact that this director that did 3 R-rated films geared towards adults was handpicked by the studio and was like, you know what? I want you to revitalize Batman as a character. That's awesome. And he worked with David S. Goyer, I believe, was the writer.
Mhm.
It's awesome. And it pretty much catapulted his career. And I'll never forget when I watched Batman Begins shortly after I saw The Prestige for the first time. And that was when it kind of clicked. I'm like, wait, it's directed by the same director. And I immediately became a fan of his. And then I
Mhm.
watched more of his work and I was like, this is a great director. And I made sure to watch all of his films in theaters from 2012 onwards. Because I was late to Inception, unfortunately.
Really? Wow. Mm-mm-mm.
Well, I wasn't allowed to watch it because it's going to sound silly now that I've seen the film, but when the film came out, I wasn't allowed to watch it because my parents had heard that it promotes suicide.
Oh wow.
Now, yeah.
Wow.
So I was late to the party with it, and once I saw it, I was like, I don't think it's promoting suicide. I feel like if anything, it's a cautionary tale. But okay, neither here nor say. I ended up seeing that film like a dozen times as a teenager. Like I loved Inception growing up.
I did too. I don't watch it as much as I used to. I used to watch it all the time. I'm
Me
talking
too.
about like I think the 2010s. I might have watched that movie probably hundreds of times. I haven't really
Wow.
watched it. The last time I watched it was probably like 3 years ago.
Okay. I saw it earlier this year and it's really good. I will say that I retract my original statement, Marv, when Tenet came out because I originally was like, yeah, Tenet's better than Inception. I retract my statement. You remember that? You were like, Chad, you're crazy. But I retract that statement. I still like Tenet a lot, but yeah, I think Inception's better.
I gave them both the same grade, but I need to rewatch Inception again.
Hold up. What is your Inception grade? Tell me right now.
So 4
For
out
me?
of 5.
Oh, okay. Woo!
What, you
I was
think
about
he
to
was
hang up. That was
Nah,
that was
that's only Blair Witch.
I will not hang up. But that is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. I don't know what's wrong over there. I don't know what's happening.
Something was wrong with my TV. It was just shaking and it was like incomprehensible what I was watching.
Oh,
You gotta
Lord.
have it on Vivid.
That's what did it.
Vivid works.
By
You
the way,
can't
we have
watch that on filmmaker mode.
Oh, stop. Ace Blood says The Dark Knight is arguably the greatest superhero movie, and it will exist. It will exist without Begin, so I will forever respect. Oh, he means it wouldn't exist, which is true because yeah, Batman Begins. It was a pretty big success. Like it didn't do quite as well as The Dark Knight, but Dark Knight would not have gotten greenlit if it wasn't for how
Batman
successful.
Begins did well on home video.
That is true. I remember DVD especially. It was a huge success.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he says wouldn't. Okay, cool. Drew's Movie Club says not Affleck. LOL.
What? What are you talking about? I'm not doing this.
Ace Blood says Marv is right about Bruce's build. He's always huge in the comics for the most part. There are some
Yes.
exceptions.
No, it is not. What are you talking about, man?
I will make sure to have examples next live stream.
But I was gonna say, I feel like when we do the Dark Knight, we got to have like side by sides. Being like, see, Ace Blood says Kevin Conroy is the best Batman in my opinion. He was really good.
There we go.
He's the best Batman.
Bootzilla's in the chat. He says, "Hello, fellows. Begins is my favorite because it has the most focus on Batman as a character."
Yeah,
I will say, I can get behind that, and you're not wrong. I feel like of the three films, I love The Dark Knight. We'll talk more about it when we get down the list. But The Dark Knight definitely has more emphasis on like the villains and the side characters. Batman Begins. I mean, Batman Begins. Batman is a part of the journey, and then The Dark Knight. I feel like there's more Bruce Wayne in it, which I'm okay with it. And I will say, I feel like it makes it more impactful when there is Batman because you get so little screen time with him. So I can get behind Godzilla's.
Well, we're waiting for half the movie for him to even become Batman in this movie too. So it's not like we're always just watching, superhero in action in all film. So I kind of appreciate it.
As a quick nod to Matt Reeves, since his movie isn't on the list, I will say that I did appreciate that Batman was in that movie 95% of the runtime. That was awesome.
But he didn't have the physique, Marv.
I mean, that bothered me. It
I'm
bothered
kidding,
me.
I'm kidding.
It actually, no, it bothered me at first. But then I just went with it because the movie was good. But it was really refreshing for me to get a Batman movie where it's just Batman and Catwoman and Commissioner Gordon the whole time.
Yeah.
I was like, yes, Lord, please give me more of this.
I'm still trying to figure out if that's my favorite Batman.
It's not my favorite Batman. No,
it might be.
Real? Oh, so the Batman's climbing.
I gave both movies 5 out of 5. I don't know.
They're both great. I think I love how they're different flavors of the noir genre. They're both excellent films. I mean, like the Batman, what I love about that film is that even if we don't like the second part, the first one stands very well on its own, except for the last couple of minutes. But even still, I think it works.
That's you.
What are you talking about? You don't like the second half of the movie?
No. I love the second half of the film. It's just the last couple of minutes. It seems like there's 3 endings, but again, in the grand scheme of things, I don't mind because I think it does still work as a whole. And it's a very atmospheric film. Like I think there are a lot of scenes that stick with me. Still like it better when it's 7, but no, I'm kidding.
Ready for the hot take?
Oh boy, here we go.
Ready for the hot take, Sergey?
Go ahead.
Mentally, am I ready? No.
I think that the reason why it has 3 endings because Matt Reeves didn't know how to end the movie. That is my actual belief that he did. As I watched it, I was like, I don't think he knows how to like close this out. Like for example, that scene with the Joker, right? Well, I guess spoiler alert. Sorry. I feel like that any other director would have made that a post-credit scene and it would have worked.
Yeah.
But it just kind of just threw it in there.
Yeah.
It's just thrown in there, tacked on.
And he's not even, correct me if I'm wrong, he's not even going to be the villain in the second one, right? Isn't it Clayface?
I hope not.
He's not. He's not the villain. He's not the villain.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So it's tacked on. So it almost feels like he was just kind of like spitballing on, maybe because it was his first time doing a superhero movie. I'm not sure. But as I watched it, I was like, you could have ended this 15 minutes ago, buddy. What is happening here? And
he saw Batman Begins and he's like, hey, they did that in the first movie. Let me try that too.
But it wasn't tacked on. That was it literally built to that.
I also just again, I know we're talking about Batman Begins, but I also just love how the Batman takes so much influence from like late 1960s, 1970s cinema, like Clute, Manchurian Candidate, Chinatown. Like it feels very much so in line with like that time period, but it's a superhero film. And I think it works really well. Batman Begins, it seems, I'm trying to think of what it's taking from because I know it's taking from certain comic book strips, I'm sure, Marv, but it feels so different in terms of the superhero films of the early 2000s.
Actually, I think I have your answer. You ready for this?
Oh,
Might be a hot. I'm not sure if it's a hot take because I'm not certain, but I think Nolan said that this was the case. But you could fact check me. I don't know, but I think I have your answer. You ready?
I'm all ears.
Blade Runner.
Oh, okay, I can see that. Yeah, actually, yeah, I can see that because the city and everything, like how it's constantly
Mhm.
raining.
And I
Honestly, seven too, I would say.
I don't know
Or
about
dark.
I
I
know
mean,
I
I'm
know
thinking
for
Dark City, maybe even.
I
That
think
too.
Dark City too. I think that Nolan actually name dropped these
And
movies.
I'm pretty sure David Goyer, I'm pretty sure he wrote Dark City as well.
I don't know. I never saw that.
You haven't seen Dark City?
No, sir.
Oh, you should watch it. It's really good, man.
We'll see.
Sergey and I both like it.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
but
get-
oh, by the way, we have some more comments. These are some good comments. Let me go back. Bootzilla says favorite out of the trilogy. I mean, we have another part of the trilogy that's on this list. We'll talk more in depth about the Dark Knight down the line. That's of course the letter D. So probably be 2 months, I would say, when we'll talk about it. But I am excited to talk about that, and I can see why that's your favorite. I mean, you're not alone. Marv and Sergey, that's their favorite in the trilogy too. So I can definitely see that. East Paulette's obviously there's other iterations of Batman not being big, but his main one is that he's huge. It's the canon Batman.
Amen.
So you and Marv are on the same page. I think the Arkham series of games is the best Batman content I've seen. Have either of you played the Arkham games?
Yes.
Yeah, I played Arkham Asylum.
How is it?
It's pretty good. I liked it.
I like Arkham Origins a lot. Now, if that was a movie, that would be the greatest Batman movie of all time. It'll be, you know how I keep telling you that Secret Wars is going to be the greatest movie we've ever seen in life, right?
Yeah.
If Arkham Origins was not a video game but a movie, it will be the greatest superhero movie and possibly the greatest movie ever made. I'm not even kidding. It is that good.
I also, speaking of Secret Wars, I just want to say this, Marv. We'll make it work. I want to see Secret Wars with you just to see your reaction. I want to see if this is going to be like an Alien Romulus situation or if this will be actually like, as the kids say, peak cinema.
Well,
If it's terrible, you're just not gonna hear a word from Marv. You're just gonna be like this.
well. I'll put it to you this way. I've maintained this could either be the greatest thing ever or it can be a spectacular disaster. So I'm not running with the fact that this movie could be terrible. I'm just banking on it not being terrible because of who's involved. So, I mean, here's hoping. I think that they'll do a good job. I know that I might set your expectations too high, but that's only because I believe in the story and the search here so much.
Well,
I'm,
what you said is exactly why I have my expectations kind of like tempered, which is the people behind it, the Russo brothers. I'm like, now if it was directed by Ryan Coogler, the
See,
expectations.
but I don't even think I don't like that movie like you. Like you like that movie a lot.
I
I
do like
don't get
Black
it. I
Panther.
don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't. I do not get why
I
you
like
like it
I
that
like
much.
it quite a bit.
I
Yeah,
don't get it. I
it
don't
gets
understand it.
honestly. I feel like it gets better
It
each viewing too.
Black Panther,
No,
right?
Yeah.
no,
Yeah, it's probably
no.
the best looking Marvel movie.
Also
Uh,
took influence from Batman
am I
Begins.
am I smoking crack? What are
I
you
hope
Look,
not.
talking about?
I hope not, Mark.
What I don't understand this. The best looking where? Where?
there's
It's
actual
all
color
this.
in the movie.
That's why it's the best looking. Okay. Okay. Okay.
I want to at some point in one of our live streams. I want to put a picture of whenever they release photos of Secret Wars. I want to put a picture of like Black Panther, like a shot from that film, versus Secret Wars. We'll
I
let
mean
the
you
audience decide.
I mean, you know what? You could actually do that now for do that for Thunderbolts. You could do it for what else? Deadpool and Wolverine. They look the same.
Deadpool and Wolverine. I was watching it and I was like, man, I have visual eyesore. Like, oh man, I think Sergey and I, yeah, we saw it together. I feel like we both were like, it sounded good. It sounded good in Dolby.
It's
Did
a
you
good,
did you
it
did you
was a
guys
decent
like it?
one-time watch.
I haven't watched it since.
Exactly.
Keep it that
I've
way.
not.
Actually,
So
Sergey's got a point.
Those jokes are not landing a second time.
I don't.
Especially
They
with the
didn't really
audience.
land the first time. I'll actually tell you. This might be a hot take. Now, mind you, I love Deadpool. I love the character. I love Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. I love the first movie. I will say, and I watched the Deadpool Christmas one with Chad. I will
Yeah, we
say,
did.
I will say, I don't know if they're that funny. I don't. I think that like that the idea of it might sound better than the actual reality of it. Like I don't really think that. Not,
Batman Begins is a mostly serious film, but
Mhm.
when it does have humor, it's a lot funnier than anything in the Deadpool movies. That's my hot take.
I feel like
Ryan
that's the only
Reynolds just
that's
Like
the only
isn't
that,
funny
like
funny.
part.
that scene in Batman Begins when Bruce Wayne like buys the place. That's hilarious. He's like, "Yeah, I'm going to change
Yeah,
some rules."
but
Like that's
but I
hilarious.
think that Deadpool has way too many jokes that do land, whereas Batman Begins has like probably like just several sprinkled in. But my thing is
Well,
that I don't
anything with
like.
Lucius Fox, like I think it's hilarious.
I
Does it
didn't
come
laugh
in
there.
black? I always love that line. Does it come in black?
I just feel like when I watch Deadpool and Wolverine, like you hear Ryan Reynolds trying to be funny, but I think that's the problem. He's trying to be funny, and you should never try to be funny. Does that make
He's not
sense?
funny,
He
and I
is
just
funny.
Yeah.
He is
I
funny.
don't think he's
He's.
funny.
I think the problem is when he tries to be funny. Being naturally funny means that you don't have to try at it. Like it's like he's trying to crack one-liners, and it can be distracting sometimes. But I still love the guy, although I've heard some
I just as
not so
part of
nice
my
things.
as part of my Halloween like horror series, I just finished watching the Blade trilogy, and he's in the third
Oh,
movie, and
I
he is
know.
trying to be Deadpool in that movie.
So it's funny, Chad. You'll like this. Come to find out that that Sergey is absolutely right, and he almost got killed by Wesley Snipes. Wesley Snipes was not in the mood for Ryan Reynolds back then, but because he has turned into what he's turned into these days, him being Deadpool, he was able to lure Wesley back as Blade, since Blade is part of Marvel now, right? And Wesley Snipes talked about how back then he was not into Ryan Reynolds. He didn't like him. He didn't think it was funny. But he's like just he can respect what he turned his career into, and that's why he came back. That was shocking.
I mean,
But
yeah, people change or
he didn't
some.
change. He just
No,
doubled
I meant
down
like
and
Wesley Snipes because he came around like, oh yeah, I can see what he's doing. I can see there's an audience for him, and I want to be a
have you
part of
ever
it.
seen the
No, he
Blade
was
movie?
also high as
I've
hell
only
on
seen the
set.
second one.
There's just that's a really good one, Chad. The first
The
one's
the
cool
Del
too.
Toro one's the one I saw.
You got to see the first one too. It's
The
good.
first one I like better than the second one.
I
Sergey
understand.
Sergey told me I should watch the third one.
No,
Wow.
I'm
Nobody
kidding. I'm
should
kidding.
watch the third one. That's just terrible.
I own it on DVD, and I tried to watch it one day, and I was
I
like,
own it on Blu-ray.
I'm turning this off tonight. I'm not doing this.
Jessica Biel can't even save that movie,
Not saying something.
and
Oh, also,
she's trying to be Hawkeye in that movie too.
Yeah, that's weird. She was Kate Bishop. Oh
interesting.
God.
Drew's Movie Club says Dark Knight is the pinnacle, but Batman Begins is easily the second best. Have to rewatch them again. I promise you, we will be talking about the Dark Knight when we cover the Dark Knight, because all three of us will be rewatching it in the coming months. Bootzilla says the Batman is good up until that last act. It fell off of me. Oh, that's a shame.
I've heard that though. I've heard that. I've heard it a lot. I've heard that the last half hour people were checked out.
See, I really liked it, but I think it's because right away I saw like the influence, how it was inspired by a lot of conspiracy theory written films of the 1970s.
Mhm.
And even 1960s, like The Manchurian Candidate. I immediately thought of that with all the like, the snipers and everything. I was like, I can get behind this. I'm like, this is cool. And I think, without spoiling the Batman, I think just seeing him in action doing what he did, it felt so refreshing. There wasn't a portal in the sky. It was just him having to get down nitty gritty, and he's still learning. So it was cool to see he was a flawed character.
Yeah, and
So,
I liked his last battle with Ra's al Ghul too on the train.
yeah, that was cool.
Especially considering like what happens where he's like, "Oh, you're not gonna kill me." I was like, "I don't have to
Yeah.
save you."
I didn't like that as a teenager, surprisingly, but now I like it, and it's in tune with the character, because it's like, yeah, I'm not killing you, but I don't have to. I don't have to save you. And
I saw it a second time opening weekend, and the second time watching, I actually think I saw it a second and a third time, to be honest.
oh wow,
So when I saw it that weekend, because I saw it came out on a Wednesday, and I saw it the 8:40, June 15th, 2005, empty theater. Nobody was in there. Then I came back Saturday because we used to go to the movies for free. My dad and the security guards, so they would let us in. So we went to go see Batman Begins back to back. That's where I get it from, Chad. When I watch movies back to back, we used to watch movies back to back when I was younger. So when I saw Batman Begins that weekend, when he said that line, the entire audience erupted in applause and cheers.
That's awesome.
Erupted,
I'm
erupted.
sure there's applause too with like the car chase scene.
Oh yeah. Oh, the car chase
Batman like
scene
on the ice, like finding his footing.
people were locked in because it was not that trash that we were served 8 years prior. That's what was happening. We were being cleansed of that nonsense. God rest that guy's soul. Oh, but man,
Asplet says, "I hope the Batman Part 2 is good." I'm with you. I was a little bit
I don't
nervous.
think it's
there.
ever coming out. I'm going to just say that right now. It's never.
And that's
coming
fine.
out. I don't think it'll ever come out.
I'm nervous because I know James Gunn's getting a lot of the focus, and I know he's doing Peacemaker series, Superman, Supergirl,
Oh gosh,
other stuff too. So
hold up.
I don't know.
Are you about to tell me that you think my prediction is going to come true?
I mean, I said it before, but I said it before. I am worried because they keep pushing back the date with when it's going to come out, and I think a script still hasn't really written. So I don't know. I mean, do I want to see a Robert Pattinson Batman movie? Of course, I want to see another one. Like I think he was great in it, but I don't know if it's coming out.
I would like to just go over some things really quickly with you two and everybody who's watching. Right? Let me just illustrate how this all happened. So the Batman came out, or it was developed to be Ben Affleck's movie. Right? Ben Affleck had divorce, alcoholism, whatever stuff. He got tired of this. He didn't want to do this anymore. Whatever. Matt Reeves comes in, and did you guys know that it took 6 years for Matt Reeves to make that movie?
I believe. I think I did know that actually.
Did you know that, Sergey?
I did not.
He takes forever.
That's fine. Take as long as you need, as long as we get a good movie.
No.
Yeah. We have enough Batman movies.
No, we actually will never have enough Batman movies.
Do it the Russo brother way.
I mean, they're successful. So what are you talking about, Chadwick?
Gray Man. What was that movie they did earlier this year?
Oh, the
Gray Man I actually enjoy. Actually, it's not too bad.
It's nothing wrong with that movie.
Batman. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'll put it to you this way. Here's what I'm saying. The Batman, it was a labor of love for Matt Reeves, and I'm glad it was successful. I think James Gunn, he doesn't. I don't know if he likes that his movie came out before his movie. I really believe that because he's always. If you ever listen to him talk, it's almost like he's not a politician, which I give him credit for. He's not like the other studio heads, but he's like talking about what we're doing with DC and what I'm doing. And then when Matt Reeves comes up, he's always trying to like, oh, Matt's working, and tries to like shrug it off. You know what I'm talking about, Chad?
Yeah. I do.
Right. I don't.
He tries to like get away from that topic.
Yeah, and I'm just like, dude, like, just like Matt Reeves. I don't know what's going on there. I get the feeling that they probably don't like each other. Right? Like I'm getting you know what vibes I'm getting? I'm getting J.J. Abrams and Ryan Johnson vibes. That's the vibe. That's the vibes I'm getting.
I can see it because it's two different directing styles. Like James Gunn's like, oh shucks, guys, isn't everything fun in life? And Matt Reeves more of like, let's take everything super serious. Which that's
cool. The characters.
I've enjoyed every Matt Reeves film. He has yet to make a bad movie. James Gunn, he's a hack fraud.
Well, hold up, but Sergey just pulled it up. Do you think that James Gunn is intimidated?
They even make fun of James Gunn in what is it, Rick and Morty? That he's like he's gonna steal like an AI machine that makes like movies for him.
I get the feeling that he's kind of like because Matt Reeves. If we're talking about who's like a better director, I mean we all know who that is.
Matt Reeves, hands down, no question.
But James Gunn runs the studio. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Like, kind of like a kid at a candy store, right? And I just can't help but feel like I don't think he wants that movie to come out. I really don't think he does.
I also just think and this also stems back from Batman Begins. When Batman Begins came out, there really wasn't any competition with other DC movies. I think one of the things that the 2010s came about was that there were different iterations of these characters. And I think that's one of the things that made it stand out from the MCU, because MCU was every single movie's building and building to Avengers Endgame. I think one of the things that made the DCU interesting was that everything wasn't necessarily connected. You had Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, but then you also had Jared Leto's Joker. And I think that it was just one of those things where it was interesting because you got to see different takes. And I think that's something that should continue because it makes it stand out. I think that we should get Robert Pattinson's Batman Part 2, and then I think we should also get whatever it is that James Gunn's doing. I don't even really know his plan, to be honest, other than just give us different adaptations of like Supergirl and Superman and all that. So
I will say I definitely disagree with you here. We should not get different adaptations of Batman. I think that it'll just bring the death of superhero cinema, much faster, because you're going to have a burnout. It's already a burnout. We can't escape it any longer.
So why would we have different iterations of it if there's a burnout?
You keep it fresh, I feel like.
No. Do you understand what the Joker movies did? Do you understand that?
The first one is a good movie. What are you talking about?
No, people love that movie. They hate the second one.
Yeah.
It should not have happened.
But the second one was the studio was like, we're going to make this movie with or without you. So it's like, okay, we'll make it. And then we got what we got.
Yeah, and it's something different.
Yeah, it is. And it is different. Like, I know you haven't seen it, Marv, but it is different. And it does stand on its own. I wasn't the biggest fan of it, but I admire the fact that it was different.
Yeah, what other like superhero musical do you know of?
We don't need that. Who wants that?
I don't mind it.
I was curious about it. Like when I heard about it, I was like, that sounds intriguing. I am
okay. Did you?
That's like Sweeney Todd. That's like one of the few horror musicals, and that was great.
Yeah. That was I love that. I love that movie. But did you love She-Hulk? Either one of you?
I haven't seen She-Hulk.
It was okay, and then Megan Thee Stallion came out, and I was like, "What the hell is this?"
Yeah, but
I haven't different.
Where are you going to get
pretty much like a hoe in that series?
Yeah, female empowerment. That's what they were writing at the time.
MCU.
Yeah,
is that still a thing?
Not now, because they almost killed it. The Marvels was the one that did it. The Marvels did it.
That movie was terrible.
Yeah, I turned it off.
Drew's Movie Club says, wasn't the biggest fan of the Batman. Oh, that's a shame. A Split says, I'm so glad Clayface is getting an iteration. He doesn't get really any in life action. I hope one day we get Harsh, one of the best Batman comic villains. Yeah, I think Clayface, he was one of the most intriguing villains in Batman the Animated Series.
Yeah.
And I do think that could work in like The Fly, like David Cronenberg's The Fly type way.
Absolutely. I think that if they were to do if James Gunn, oh Lord, the fact that he gets to hire people, oh no. But if they did a Batman movie with Clayface as the villain, I think that could start off like the next era of Batman movies. Because you got to think about what it's doing. Because it ties into Bruce's fear of bats in the sense that Batman, he went to go see Zorro as a kid, right? And his parents were kids at the movie theater. Clayface, becomes Clayface at a movie theater or at a production. He's an actor making movies.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Right. So I feel like they can tie that theme together. You know what I'm saying? And that can like spawn the next, iteration or so. Just a hot take.
I will be curious to see how they adapt that because, like, Batman Begins, I know they made some interesting changes. Like, Batman was not Batman. Bruce Wayne was at opera when he technically became Batman. Like, he saw like the performers and everything, and he started seeing like the bats and everything, and then he went like the back door. So it was like different enough where it wasn't they went to see Zorro. It was they were watching like a play. So I thought that was an interesting kind of adaptation change that they did, and I think it worked well. So I also think Ra's al Ghul, I think we all are aware of like Ra's al Ghul is someone that in the comics is immortal. I mean, we saw that in animated series as well, but the fact that they changed that for Batman Begins, I thought that was a great change. And I remember because I had seen animated series when they were talking about how he's immortal, I was like, oh, okay, I wonder how they're going to explore this. And then at the very end, when they kind of, said that line and everything, it's like, oh, they're doing it completely different. I'm like, all right, I'm about this. This is cool.
Yeah, and then it's comes back in Dark Knight Rises with his daughter, or what's her name?
Yeah, Talia, which
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting too. And I think the whole series has Ra's al Ghul kind of like stamped on it, because even with the Dark Knight, there's like the ripple effect of everything that happened in Batman Begins. Like crime is escalating, which is something that Ra's al Ghul did predict that would happen.
Mm-hmm.
And in the third one, I mean, you see even more so because of his daughter, and then Bane trying to continue what he started. So it's just it's a very interesting trilogy, and I love how each movie is focusing on a specific theme, but also continuing the themes from its predecessor. So I
Are
again,
you
I mean,
distracted with what's the Joffrey character that's in here?
I chuckle every time. Like ever since I saw Game of Thrones, I always chuckle. And I'm like, wow, like he gave him this gadget. I wonder if this is how he started to become a Joffrey. Like he was using it on like people, and but it's such a nice thing. Like I remember the first time I saw Batman
Oh
Begins
shit!
after Game of Thrones, I'm like, that's Joffrey. I'm like, I never realized that.
Oh man,
Drew's Movie Club says my wife was snoring for half of it. LOL. Regarding the Batman. Oh, that's a shame.
my dad didn't like it either. My brother doesn't like it either. To be honest,
I remember you said your brother didn't like it.
my
I didn't know
brother,
your
my
dad didn't either.
my dad didn't like it. My brother and sister-in-law didn't like it.
Wow.
My niece liked it. But I've heard a lot of people say they don't like it for whatever for
I
different
remember
reasons.
watching it, and someone was like picking the like details of a crime scene. Like this is how it would be. They're not even wearing gloves. They're touching all this stuff. I'm like every movie is just so accurate.
Well, also, as I always say, it's all about like the world building. Like Gotham, there's not a place in the United States or even just in the world where it's like Gotham. So it's like you can make your own rules and everything. You can make your own rules with how the police department acts. Um, but some people just can't really get behind that. It would be like watching Scott Pilgrim versus the World, and it's like, why is this shot like this, and why is it done like this? This isn't how the world works, and it's like it's a stylistic
Is
choice.
this is this a matter of if you're gonna Sid
Go
Field,
for it.
who I might have brought his name up before. Sid Field, he wrote a book on screenwriting, and I guess you could apply it to his movies in general. But you have 10 minutes, and if the person watches the movie for 10 minutes, and for whatever reason, whether it's the story doesn't work, or maybe everything's fine, it's just that they are just whatever it is, they're not buying it, or they're just not into it. That's just usually what it is. Like if they watch Scott Pilgrim and they're like, I'm not into this. It's not that they're wrong or right. They're just, they just weren't into Edgar Wright's vision at the time. Like I don't like his third movie, the Cornetto trilogy, but I love the
Oh,
other
the
two.
world's end. I like the world's end.
Okay.
I don't like that one, but I love the other two. You know what I'm saying? It's just like sometimes it could just be a little bit too out there for me. But I still
And
like
also
Edgar Wright.
and also can deal with like mood, like depending on your mindset. Like I remember City of God, I've only seen one time. I absolutely loved it, but
Yeah, that's a great movie.
I tried rewatching. Like I pulled out my Blu-rays several years back, and I tried rewatching. And I got like 10 minutes in, and instead of watching the whole movie and probably giving it a lower rating, I was just like, I'm just gonna rewatch it like another time because I'm just not feeling it today, and that's fine. So I stopped it. So
Mm.
I do that sometimes with movies where I'm just like I'm not feeling it, I'm not vibing with the tone or the genre, and so
I
I'll
think
just
that
watch it
I
again.
think you just
Yeah.
described how I watched the first two episodes of Alien Earth.
Yeah, I don't think Joe's in the chat right now, but that's kind of how I am right now. Like I still have to watch episode 7 and 8. I just haven't done it yet, man. I haven't done it.
I'm not continuing that series.
You're not
What else
continuing?
did you get up to?
Nah, the first two, the
First
premiere
two.
I,
basically.
I just for whatever reason I was watching it with Jamie and she liked it. She was into it, but I was just like, I don't know what it is, but I'm not into this. Like I can't. I was trying to make myself into it, and I could not do it.
Is
I
it
don't know
doing
why.
well, or did it do well?
Um,
No,
the
it's
finale
like doing like like
from what I understand, the finale is pretty controversial. I'll let you guys know when I get to the finale. I'm gonna
So it
try.
hasn't been renewed yet for continuing.
I think it is getting a second season. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure, but audience reaction has been kind of mixed.
Yeah,
But I'll let you guys know when I watch the
No.
final 2 episodes.
Are you?
Split
Are you?
says I
Oh.
hate autocorrect. I get that.
I think he was talking about Batman Hush.
Oh,
Hush.
Batman.
We need
Oh
that.
yeah.
Let's get Hush. If we get Hush. Oh
We
yeah.
have wow. We have to fly through. We have so many comments. We have like holy cow. Drew's Movie Club says I'm excited for Clayface. All of us are too. A Split says me too. Butilla says, let me pull up his. I did like the focus on being a detective in the Batman. That may have been better than anything from the Dark Knight trilogy. That's fair. I can see that. Drew's Movie Club. What did you think of the Superman and Peacemaker?
Superman sucks. That's all.
I thought Superman was okay. Sergey, I think you thought it was okay too, right?
It was okay. Peacemaker, I can't get behind John Cena as an actor.
Marv just died inside.
I don't think he's funny. He tries way too hard.
You hate John Cena and you hate Blair Witch. What is wrong with you?
I like John Cena as a wrestler, not as an actor.
John Cena is a very fun actor. A very fun actor. What movies do I love him in?
Okay, so
he was good in like one movie. I think it was called Cock Blockers or something.
That was a great movie. Great movie.
He was funny in that. Peacemaker, I'll be honest, I never really had any interest into it because for a long time I was like, wait a minute, well, actually, I'm not going to spoil the Suicide Squad for those of you that haven't seen it, but I was just kind of confused with it existing. But once I understood why it existed, I'm like, okay, I can see there's an audience for this. It's just not really something I had an urge to check out. Not because of John Cena, but just because of the overall idea of what James Gunn is trying to bring about. It just isn't really something that's interesting to me. Drew's Movie Club says Machinist, great movie. Agreed. It's actually in my top 100. I love that movie, man. It's one of those movies where it was on my watch list for the longest time. And actually, circling back around to what I was saying earlier, that's a good example of a movie that when I was binging Mindbender films in like 2014, 2015, that was one of them where I got like 15 minutes in, I fell asleep, and then I woke up and he's just running. And I'm like, I'll watch this again some other time. And it was like 7-8 years later, and I actually sat down and watched the full thing. And I'm like, this is really good. I get it. It's not a film to watch late at night, but it's a really, really good film. And Christian Bale is incredible in it. You guys liked that movie, right?
Yep.
I never saw it.
Oh, you should check it out, Marv. It's really good. It's sad, but it's really good. Let's go, Marv. Batman Origin is fantastic. Arkham City and Origins were my favorite. Andrew Legg, by the way, is in the chat. He says, good Sunday morning, everyone. Kill me. Why am I up this early? I give you props, Andrew, because Andrew is the one, I think you guys remember, he's the one that went to New Zealand, but now he's in Vietnam. Actually gave Sergey and I our Patreon on Letterboxd, which, by the way, I've been using it quite a bit, Andrew. I appreciate it. The posters, I think, are really cool. Like in the background, I'm like, yeah, this is awesome. Every now and then, I'll put up like a Marv poster, if you know what I'm saying. Specifically for Marv, Bootzilla, Guardians 2, Ragnarok, Doctor Strange, and Eternals are the best looking MCU movies.
What?
What happened to Guardians 1?
What happened? Why is Eternals here? Boots.
I thought that was a bad dream. I didn't realize that movie actually existed.
Boots, let me talk to Boots for a second. Let me holler at Boots. Listen. No. Seriously. Listen.
All right.
Listen. I don't think Ragnarok belongs here. It has like these guys said, it has color, so that's nice. But as far as it looking the best, we got to look at. You guys aren't going to like this. We have to look at Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts looks better than Thor Ragnarok. It actually looks better than every movie on here except for Doctor Strange.
I'd rather watch Ragnarok than Thunderbolts.
You need to watch Blair Witch again. Stop playing. Okay?
The remake, right?
No, God, no. No, never watched that movie. Never. You think that one was bad? Oh, Lord. Oh, no.
I'm probably going to like the remake a little bit better.
Matter of fact, you know what?
Sergey, I want you to watch it just so I can see your review.
It's actually not a remake, Sergey. That's actually Blair Witch 2. That's like they did a Halloween where that's That's the direct sequel to the first one.
Aren't there like three of them?
It's like a soft reboot.
Okay.
It is a soft reboot that failed.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
It
yeah.
failed spectacular. But back to Boots. Boots, listen, right? So Doctor Strange, I agree with you. I love that movie. Chad hates that movie for some odd reason. I don't know why. But
Wait, which one do
Eternals,
you hate?
Doctor Strange. You hate Doctor Strange 1. I don't
No,
know
no,
why.
I don't hate the Doctor
Okay.
Strange one. I thought it was okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, you hate it. Leave me alone. Anyway, so Eternals is a real big problem for me, Boots. Listen, I'm gonna tell you why, right? I didn't see the movie in IMAX or theaters at all. So maybe you
I
did,
saw it in
but
theaters.
you
Me too.
did?
Yeah.
I saw it at home, right? And I have a pretty good TV, and this movie looks awful. I'm talking about like just on at home in the home system. It looked terrible. It was so dim. I tried to put it on Vivid, Chad. It made it worse. It was that bad.
That's how you know
I
it's a
was like,
bad movie.
oh no. I actually like it more than both of you. I think Eternals is just a giant swing that misses, unfortunately.
That's
But
probably
I
my least favorite.
first of all, I've never said I hated Eternals. I just feel mixed about it.
I think that Eternals actually has a lot of things going for it.
I,
It's
I I also just thought it was funny when they kept saying Cersei, and I'm just like, oh, Game of Thrones, and I'm like, we have some Game of Thrones actors in this movie.
yeah, that was distracting. I didn't like that. That's on casting. They got to fix that. That is ridiculous.
The casting
Also,
is terrible. The costumes are horrible. They look like costumes. They don't
hold on,
look
hold on,
like
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold
superheroes
on.
wearing them.
Now, but all right, let me tap into this real quick. So Eternals, right? The costumes aren't terrible. They just they weren't coordinated right. Like some of the colors don't really like they shouldn't have used they should have used different color palettes like for some of these colors. Like I think that I like Angelina Jolie's outfit. That actually that worked well. I thought what's her name? Gemma Chan. Her outfit was good. It shouldn't be that color. Why is she wearing money green?
I liked like one moment, and that was like when it was a musical for like 5 seconds.
Oh no, let's cut that out of there. Let's cut that out there. The
Chad, what
problem
is
was the
your take on
screenplay.
that?
Okay, I'm just gonna be blunt. I really don't remember much of Eternals. I would have to go back to my
That's the only thing I
review.
remember.
I
And
Chad, you
something
should
involving.
rewatch it.
Am I confusing movies? Was there like a squirrel girl or something in there?
I I think there
Rat
was.
girl.
I just remember one of
Something.
the characters like went really fast, kind of like the Flash, and that it was like almost 3 hours long.
Oh my gosh, I
Yeah,
almost forgot the Flash movie existed.
thank God.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, of all these, I'm trying to think which one, if I had a gun in my head, which would I rewatch? Not Guardians 2,
Uh,
Ragnarok. Ragnarok, I want to remember that theater experience. Like I had fun with it as a one-time watch, but so maybe
Ragnarok
Doctor
is a fun throwaway movie.
No, it's not. Now hold up, Boots. Let me have your back on this one, Boots. You guys are both tripping. I don't know what's wrong with either of
Yeah,
you.
I don't really
Let me
care for Ragnarok, but it's
listen. I'm
upbeat.
about to fry both of you. You both are not. You both are on the hook. Watch this. You, Sergey, you are on the hook for saying
With
that Cat
the
4
I
is
know what you
good.
did last summer kind of hook, or which one?
No, Cat 4. It is awful.
Oh my
Awful.
goodness.
And you're telling me this is throwaway. But I actually kind of liked it. It was actually okay. It was good. No. Right, Chad. You too. You too, Chad. You
What
said
did
the movie
I
was.
do?
You said it was passable, Chad. But you're going to throw away Thor Ragnarok, which is actually a classic. Hmm? A
I
classic.
mean, look, I saw it in 2017. I had fun with it. I saw it with a friend. We both enjoyed ourselves, but
It
I
I
is
gave it
a
3 stars.
classic. That is
I
fine. I'm not mad at your rating. You're saying it's a throwaway when you said Cap
It
4.
is. That's just an excuse to be like, oh, what the heck was Thor doing during Civil War?
This took place after Civil War. It did not
Yeah,
during.
but Thor wasn't in Civil War.
He wasn't. But I don't think that Thor would have
well,
worked
yeah,
there.
he wasn't.
He
I don't
wasn't in
think.
there, and that this was their way to like rebrand him for the next movie.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it worked.
they kind of had. Yeah, they had to because then he was completely different, and his arc in Endgame would have made no sense because it's like, oh, he's depressed now. It's like, well, yeah, he was in the first two as well, so they had to
But
make
I
him
feel as
goofy.
though with Ragnarok is such a fantastic. I guess what movie would I compare it to? Like, or what type of movie anyway? Let me say. Let me go back. Uh,
I don't think it's like any of the movies.
I'm trying to think. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a comp for it. Like I can tell you right now. Like I think Guardians is like a like something like Galaxy Quest or uh I guess Thor. The first Thor they said back then when it came out that they were trying to go for like a Hamlet feel. I
That's
don't
why
know what
Kenneth
else.
Branagh is directing it.
Yeah, that's why they got him. Isn't that weird? But I'm trying to figure out why, like what is the comp for Ragnarok? Because before they shot it, Chad, it was supposed to be more serious. It was supposed to be like a end of the world type of thing. Like you should have saw the concept art. It was beautiful. But then I think like a little bit before I guess they did the final draft, Taika had said he had went through the script with Eric Pearson and they made it what it was. And I don't know what I can compare it to now. I guess the closest thing I'm not going to compare it to that. That's a terrible movie. You'll fry me if I told you what it was. I'm not going to tell
What? You got it.
you. No, I'm not telling you. No, you probably haven't even seen it. But like,
Okay.
here's the thing about it. I don't think the movie's terrible. I actually will watch it over and over again right now. But if I told it to you, you'd be like, "Oh God, Marv, you're tripping." It is. I think it has a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. If I'm being honest.
It's a superhero movie?
No, it's not. It's not.
Okay.
It came out a long time ago, and
The
this
New
movie that I
War of the World.
love. Say it again.
The New War of the Worlds with Ice Cube.
No, I haven't even
No.
watched that. I haven't watched that at all.
You
But
should watch it.
I've heard terrible things. My dad laughed when he looked at the picture. He was like, "Son, you should watch this," and just laughed at me. I was like, I'm gonna pass
You
on that.
should watch it. You should watch it.
Now I got other things to watch. I actually have to watch the Ed Gein show on Netflix.
He's got to watch Thunderbolts another 10 times.
I just said Ed Gein. I have to watch Ed Gein.
By the way, we have a lot more comments. Andrew Lay says, "Where's Marv's Tron Ares poster featuring
Oh,
Athena?"
Well, listen. Her beautiful chocolate body definitely deserved to be on my wall right here. But I'm not going to do that because the movie is god awful. It is the worst
Yeah,
movie. It
I
is.
did
It
not
is.
like it.
It is actually somehow just as bad as Cap 4. Okay,
Have
it
you
is that.
seen Tron Legacy, by the way?
Yeah, I saw it in theaters.
Oh yeah. Marv and I both have. I think we've both been fans of it since day one.
Yeah,
That was
I don't love it. But I like it better than whatever I saw last week. That's for sure.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I definitely understand why you both didn't like it. I mean, I had such low expectations that the fact that I enjoyed myself, I'm like, all right, I'll take the win. But it's definitely a very flawed film. I mean, I was thinking about that in the second half. I'm like, okay, I can imagine watching this having not seen the original Tron and just being like, why would you skip the second one completely? Why would you not acknowledge it and just acknowledge the first one? Because there's a lot of plot points that are carried over from the first one, and I'm like, that's the one that I feel like not a lot of people know about. A lot of people
Yeah,
know
I
about
haven't seen the first one, but there were callbacks to it where I'm like, this must be something from the first movie.
Yeah, there's a lot, and early on, it was very apparent, and then towards the end, when they were kind of tying it into Tron Legacy, I'm like, finally, but then the movie ended, I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I guess
Yeah,
fourth
Jeff
one.
Bridges has nothing to do in this movie.
No, yeah, and that was the other thing. It was like, I understand that he's a staple of the series, but having him be in it, but not his son, it was a choice.
I'll be curious to what you think of that if you ever rewatch it, because it won't be like a what is it,
3D.
IMAX 3D experience, so it's probably going to go down.
I will be. I mean, I will be curious also because I will not be in this world when I rewatch it. That's one of the big things I was watching. I was like, this motorcycle scene. I was like, yeah, I'll be flying. I'll be flying with these characters. It's definitely a very flawed movie. Like when Marv, I remember Marv reached out to me while I was flying high, and he's just like 1 star, and I was like, what? I was like, what are you?
I gave it.
Huh?
I gave it a star and a half.
Oh yeah, 1.5 stars. I was like, at first, because you didn't tell me the movie, I was like, what are you talking about? And then you were like, Tron Ares, and I was like, oh, I was like surprised because I know you were you were anticipating.
Here, I gave it a 3 out of 10. Here's why. Okay, the score is great.
Yeah,
the score is great. Gemma Chan's beautiful, and so was Jodie Turner Smith. That is why I gave it a 3 out of 10. That is it. Those three things. Score, and
Uh,
two
I
baddies.
gave it for a score and like basically sound mix, sound editing. That's really it.
I mean, the
Yep.
3D I really liked. I thought that was something that really
It's
enhanced the
okay. Yeah.
experience. Like, I'm glad that I saw it in that format because I was trying to figure out IMAX 3D or Dolby. And I was going back and forth. I'm like, well, 15 years ago I saw an IMAX 3D, so let me
Yeah,
experience
and
it
I
that way.
didn't have the luxury of watching the Legacy in 3D, so this
If
one
it
had
ever
a
gets,
leg up.
yeah, I mean the Tron Legacy. I mean, don't get me wrong, all three films are flawed, but in different ways. Like Tron Legacy, the positives, even the factor that that film has such an influence on me. It's a film that's very well put together. I mean, Joseph Kosinski was an architect, I believe, beforehand, if I recall correctly from the bonus features. So you can see that apparently with the production design, the emphasis on like certain camera angles and everything. It's really lively, and you feel that. As much as I enjoy Tron Ares, you don't really feel that because this is a work for hire type director. He did Pirates of the Caribbean 5. He did Maleficent 2, the two worst in the series. And
No. You take that back. Maleficent 2 is all right. That movie's all right. That movie's not terrible.
I I I personally hated it.
I did not like one, so I didn't watch two.
1 is worse than 2.
I would disagree.
I
I,
don't.
well, we'll
That
let
movie.
Surrey decide. If he, I mean, I wouldn't recommend it, Surrey, but if you're
I,
curious,
I
I'm
don't
not.
have
I'm
any
not
interest
saying
in it.
I'd recommend it. I'm just saying that it's better than 1, and I don't mind 1 either. But it's 2 movies in that I guess franchise. I've saw 1 multiple times. I saw the other, I think once.
I've seen them both once. Both were theater experiences. The first Maleficent was okay, but I know if I were to rewatch it, I probably wouldn't like it.
The
As
The
second
only movie from
Maleficent.
that director that I actually like, and I feel like nobody has seen it, was the Kon-Tiki movie. That was a
That's what got
visually
him. That's what
stunning.
got him Pirates
that's
5.
what got them all the.
That's a visually stunning
Thanks.
movie with a flawed story.
I still need to. I've had that on my watches for a long time, like
Mhm.
11 years. I remember it was recommended to me in 2014, and I still haven't watched it,
Yeah.
but maybe I should. Andrew Lay has a hot take. Says can't care less for the Dark Knight trilogy, but I'm so hyped for Batman 2. I remember Andrew told me that before, and I was like, oh no. But at least you're excited for Batman 2. I mean, they're both Batman, but they're different flavors, and that's one of the reasons why I think it's cool that Batman gets different iterations because there's something for everyone. Like if you like Batman as campy, you got the 1960s version. If you like Batman more serious, like a 1970s type film, you got the Batman. If you want Blade Runner type Batman, you got Batman Begins. If you want Heat, Michael Mann's Heat Batman, you got the Dark Knight. If you
That
want,
doesn't count because they're part of the same trilogy.
well, but I'm saying that you can watch like each entry like for that if you want that type of seasoning. If you want like a war type film that's Batman, you got the Dark Knight Rises.
Same trilogy, man.
I'm saying, but each entry is different, and that's what I also just wanted to tackle real quick. That's one of the things I love about the Batman trilogy is that you can watch them all at once, but they all stand on their own, which is awesome.
There's also a bunch of animated ones like Mask of Phantasm and a bunch of other
That
ones
one's
like
good.
Dark
And
Knight.
let's just keep it real. I want everybody in the comments to know those are the best Batman movies out of all of these. Those
The
animated movies,
animated one?
they are the best Batman movies. They actually might be some of the best superhero movies. Period. They're that good. And I don't know how they keep lapping these live action adaptations. I don't get it.
Ace Blood says that hurts Andrew. The trilogy is so great. Yeah, Drew's Movie Club says it's really to each his own. I love the Dark Knight trilogy. That is true, as Drew said, but we all have different tastes. That's what I love about film. Everyone has different tastes, and everyone brings different things to the table. Ace Blood says, "Yeah, I know, but it's just sad to hear." Yeah, I agree. Drew's Movie Club, LOL, I hear you. Andrew Lay says, "Sorry, I just can't vibe with him for some reason. The whole time watching, I was just like, okay, that's interesting." Yeah, I mean, I'll talk about the Dark Knight more. I keep saying that when we talk about Dark Knight, but I have an interesting story about the Dark Knight when we talk about it because we'll save it. I don't want to get into it just yet. Drew's Movie Club. That's why it's good to debate. It's fun. I mean, you can hear different takes. I mean, we'll possibly once we catch up with the comments, we can talk about our Blair Witch debate. Like all three of us have very different views on that film, but it's very interesting to hear the different views of like certain films.
What
And
is
even
your thoughts on Batman's voice? Because I know that's like something people always discuss.
I don't have an issue with it.
I don't
Like
think
it
I don't think
makes
it's a problem in the first movie. I don't think nobody cared in the first movie. I think the second movies were like, yeah, no. The first
I,
movie nobody cared. I think he overdid it in the second one.
I mean, my okay. So here's my thing with the voice. He's trying as someone that has two identities. He's trying to really make himself be different from his Bruce Wayne persona. By doing that, he's changing his voice. So it might seem like a little bit too much, or it might seem, instead of like intimidating, it might seem like laughable to some. But I don't see it that way. Like I'll be honest, I've never like when I watch those films, I'm not like, man, I really wish that his voice was less raspy. I'm always just like, I just accept it. I think it's cool. What's
I
your
think.
take, Victoria?
Go
I don't know.
ahead.
I don't have a take. I mean, the first one, I don't really notice it as much. The second one, maybe a little bit, but it never really bothered me that much. But I do notice it more often
I
since
feel like because
people
it's
do
been
bring it up.
parodied. Yeah, because
Yeah,
it's been parodied.
parodies do come up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that Ben Affleck had the better one, just because he had the voice modulator. That was awesome.
He was. I mean, I like his voice as well. He splits. I mean, at least you tried it, Andrew, and you're giving it your honest opinion. Yeah, and at the end of the day, that's what matters. Like you want to give things a chance, and especially with the superhero genre. Like I've heard some people on Letterboxd that I follow where they kind of dismiss the genre, and for me, it's kind of disheartening because I think it's a genre that it does have a lot to say. I mean, you've seen in Batman Begins, like it's tackling a lot of interesting themes, like themes that I feel like anyone can relate to. It's just streamlined into a superhero that has a lot of money and he's using it for good, but he himself is someone that's broken and he's trying to work on a support system. I think that's something anyone can really relate to, minus the richness, but it's very intriguing. So I guess my point with saying all that is that I think that if someone were to say, listen, I haven't seen any superhero movies, where do I start? I would say Batman Begins trilogy, specifically Batman Begins. If people like Batman Begins, I would say, yeah, check out The Dark Knight.
Is
Check
that
out
what
The
you're
Dark
telling Martin Scorsese to do?
I would. If I had a conversation, I'd say, listen, Dark Knight trilogy, that's cinema.
I think he's just an old man who's just stuck in his ways, and
I'm
that's
sure he
just
liked the Joker though.
Yeah, he produced it.
So
yeah.
So he put that means he like put money towards it and was probably on set during some of the time. They're probably like, can we borrow a little bit from Taxi Driver during the scenes? Like, yeah, sure, why not? Just give me the $5,000 right here. Let's see. Get back up a little bit. Drew's Movie Club. I'm also a big fan of Batman Forever. Cheesy, yes, but a lot of goodness. Drew, I give you props because I watched that earlier this year, and I was struggling with it.
yeah.
I wanted to like that. I wanted to like that, but I feel like that was the beginning of the end of that character iteration. Like the sign, you could see some of the early signs of what we would see in Batman or Robin. I'm just like, I'm not vibing with this, but I'm glad you liked it.
I'm not.
Andrew Lay, ready for another bomb drop? At least I didn't fall asleep at the last act of every movie in the trilogy, like Lord of the Rings. LOL. Yeah,
Oh.
I know. I know Andrew's not a fan of Lord of the Rings. Actually, Andrew, I wanted to ask you, what are your thoughts on the Hobbit trilogy? What are your thoughts? I think Andrew will have the biggest hot take if he's like, I saw the Hobbit trilogy, and I think that they're better than Lord of the Rings.
No.
Were they shot
I
in
wanna
New Zealand
hear.
too?
I want
Weren't
to
they?
hear Andrew's thoughts. Oh, what'd you say, sorry?
I said, weren't they also shot in New Zealand?
Yep.
Great sound stages in New Zealand. Yeah. It was funny when I was watching the first two of Nicolette. We were like watching. She's like, "Where's New Zealand?" I was like, "Yeah, we're getting to that." And then there's like a wide angle shot. I was like, there we are. We're finally in New Zealand. Because like a lot of the scenes early on were like, yeah, this is a soundstage. This is a
Like, if
soundstage.
they had more time to work on those movies, maybe they would have turned out better.
They
But
had years to work on that movie. Don't you start that, Sergey. That they had years. Peter Jackson just copped out. He took the money.
how did he
God
cop
bless him.
out? He got the job super late.
He didn't have to take it either.
We'll get more into this once Andrew responds because we have other comments first. We're really behind with comments. Ace Bloods, I haven't seen Lord of the Rings since a kid, so I can't get mad at that. You should rewatch the trilogy. It's amazing. Drew's Movie Club. Oh no, that's crossing the line. LOL. Ace Bloods, but in recent years I saw Fellowship and thought it was amazing, so I'll probably disagree if I saw the whole trilogy and remembered it. Fellowship Ring's amazing. I love that. I remember seeing them in like Drew says. I remember seeing them in like showing to 3 a.m. back in the day. Dude, that must have been insane. Back in the day when they didn't have like the
Thursday
5 to
night,
7 p.m. early showings.
they had the 12:01 showings. I remember those. Those were different because when you went to go see those, when you left the theater, you were actually tired.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like you were actually like because if the movie sucked, oh wow. Like I saw 2012 at 12:01. That was brutal.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Drew's Movie Club. I actually thought it was a solid year for comic book movies this year. I can get behind that. Ace Plus love the Clayface. Take Marv.
Thank you.
Drew's Movie Club says don't like John Cena. Yes.
I don't know what's going on over there, but you like Cap 4. Oh god.
See, if John Cena was in it, I wouldn't.
Oh. He probably would have made it better.
We got a Marv. We got to do a Captain America 4 edit where every time that Sam Wilson's on screen, we just have John Cena replacing him.
No.
And then send it to
we can't see him, so he was actually in the movie.
I'm going to pretend that movie doesn't exist. Because it shouldn't. It actually really should not.
Ace Plus, I love John Cena as a person when he was in WWE. Yeah, I do like John Cena. I mean, I think I don't love him, but I do like him enough.
I like
I
him a
haven't
lot.
seen him in anything acting wise.
I would cast him in every movie.
Really?
What?
I would.
The guy can't act.
I would find a role for him. He can play a role. He can have a role. He probably can't carry it, but I'll give him a role for sure.
He started out as an action star, and now he's like transitioned into comedy.
Yeah, but I think people like John Cena you need on a set. You need them. You need them on your team just because I hear a lot
set
of
needs a bouncer.
no, not a bouncer. That's
no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
But I'm saying though, think about this, right? All right. All right, Chad, you should know about this. All right, when you made, I guess, which film was that? The one where you were, or I guess, were robbers, right? And I guess,
place.
and Dennis keep talking, and like he made you upset, and then Andrew, not true, Drew, not obviously you weren't there, but Andrew and Dennis kind of like ticked you off a bit, right? And then you go back to Incisor with Dora, and I guess whoever else was like ticking you off a bit. You would know about those people who you can have on the set who can be like a nuisance or a detriment, or they're like cancerous to what you're trying to do. Then you have them people that are there who are there that's trying to support you, what you're trying to do. And I feel like John Cena is that guy. He's the guy whose game, he wants to be there. He wants to try hard, and he'll do whatever you ask him to do on and off screen. I feel like people like that deserve to be on every film set. They deserve every opportunity because so many people are like the other kind of person.
What would you say about The Rock?
I think The Rock, I think The Rock, he worked really hard to be where he is, but I think that he drunk his own Kool-Aid. I don't think that's a hot take. I think that's actually what happened. I think that he just got a big ego. It's hard not to. He's the Rock.
They all have big egos. They came from a world where they had to have big egos.
No, because The Rock wasn't like The Rock was humble. I watched The Rock whole movie career. Like he was the top of wrestling, then he jumped into movies, and then I remember he did the Scorpion King. Then he did the rundown, and you could see him just working. And you would hear these stories about how much of a hard worker that he was, and he was like that for, I guess, his whole movie career. Then I think Fast and Furious came, and then that's when it took him to new heights. And then that's when he feuded with Vin Diesel.
I mean, who
Tried to
doesn't
fight.
feud with Vin Diesel?
Well, I mean, he's the only one.
Speaking of John Cena, Drew's Movie Club says, I like Peacemaker. He also says Thunderbolt's great film, but Ragnarok is a better movie. Ace Paulette's, I love how Blair Witch always comes up. Yeah, that's Blair Witch and Captain America 4. They will be brought up probably for the next several live streams. I if I had to wager. Andrew, like, back from going to make coffee, how much of a slander did I make? Teehee. Quite the slander, but I appreciate these hot takes because it makes things really interesting. Bootzilla Thunderbolts, best looking. Come on, Marv. Ooh, Bootzilla's putting you in your place, Marv.
Nobody puts Marv in his place. Marv is. I'm a real estate agent. I'm putting everybody in their places. Okay. Now check this out. Listen, Thunderbolts is beautiful. It's beautiful, Boots. Matter of fact, and because you said this, Chad, I'm about to hook, line, and sink them. Right? Watch this, Boots. I have a request. I have an assignment for you, Boots.
Oh
And
boy.
mind you, you all can jump in on this, but because he said this, Boots, you now have to watch a double feature. Chad, you know what I'm about to tell him?
Thunderbolts and
No. It has nothing to do with superhero movies.
oh,
I'm just doing this because it's an opportunity, and I'm going to get Boots to do this. I was actually going to ask Boots this like 5 minutes ago. Boots, Andrew, and who else? Boots, Andrew.
Drew,
No, not
Ace.
Boot. No. Boots, Andrew, and I forget. I'll see him in a second. But Boots, I want you to watch The Best Man 1 and 2. You have to do it for Marv. Do it for me, buddy. Okay. We'll talk all about it. Okay. You'll love it. Chad, he disappointed me. He hates the first movie for some odd reason. Okay. He just hates happy endings in romantic comedies. I don't understand what's wrong with him. Okay. But we'll have a great talk. It'll be excellent. Please do it for me,
Okay,
Boots. Sergey,
Boots.
you're still on the hook too. You still have to watch. I Know What You Did Last Summer. You have to do it. You have
Well,
to do it.
I'm like 50 minutes into the new one.
Ew.
Movie. We're not talking about the show.
The show is what I'm talking about. That movie is god awful. What are you doing?
So a little bit of a
I'm going through the trilogy.
Sergey, a little bit of a story. I left a voicemail for Marv after I saw the new I Know What You Did Last Summer, and I was like, Marv, I was disappointed by it, but there's some callbacks. I think you'll enjoy it. He got back to me a couple days later. He's like, Chat, I can't believe you gave it a 2 out of 5. And I was like, why? Do you think I should give it higher? He's like, that's way too high. He's like, you should have given it.
Would give it 2 or 1.75 right now.
I think I gave it a 0.5. I think I gave it like a 0 star.
It's like on par with the second one.
No, that movie at least has entertainment value. This movie is god
Why?
awful.
Because
it is so boring.
That movie.
Who?
Is Jennifer Love Hewitt. That's the only reason you would even watch the second one, because she's
No. It's her. It's Brandy. It's Brandy's butt. Who else?
No.
What's her name? Jennifer Espinosa. She's also beautiful. Jack Black makes an appearance.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a stoner in that movie.
Jamaica. You get to see the beautiful location of Jamaica. This movie, on the other hand, you get to see old Freddie Prinze Jr. You get to see old Jennifer Love Hewitt, who still is beautiful, but she's not Julie anymore. Like it just feels weird. I'm like, this is clearly it's like they're cosplaying as their younger selves.
Do you feel the same way when they bring those characters back from Scream?
I didn't necessarily care for that. I don't. Me personally, Scream 6 for me was like a breath of fresh air, because I felt like Sydney, they got to let Sydney rest. There's only so many times we're going to see Sydney. Like if you're not going to kill Sydney, which I don't want them to do, then just let her rest. Let her be at peace.
Genuine.
Should you be saying that about the Halloween series though too?
No. I didn't say that. No. With the Halloween series, their problem is, hold on, I'm gonna make sure my phone is not dying. It actually is. Hold on.
Oh, Mark.
I chose a perfect time to ask this.
No. I'm about to answer. So I'll actually break it down for all of them. Okay. So when it comes to Halloween, if I don't know if you guys have seen H2O yet,
I've
but
seen all of them.
so I feel as though H2O already did what 2018 was doing. It just did it better, and they kind of
Yeah.
like redid it, but worse. And I feel as though at this point, just let Laurie Strode let that go. You could probably breathe so much new life to the franchise if you
I
just
will
let that
try.
go.
I will try to watch H2O next October. I finally saw
Why next
Halloween 3.
October? It's October now, dude.
Next October, I watched Halloween 3 this October.
What? If you don't watch it tonight, what is going on with you? You make me upset.
Chad,
Oh,
I've
you
seen
make
all
me
of them.
mad.
How
What are
are
you
you not
talking about?
watching anything?
Remember, I'm very selective with like those horror franchises that
Dude, you
have like
only watch
the
horror
entry.
movies in October. It's October now. You're talking about next October. Why? If you could tell me next October, oh, next October, stop. Get your head out of your behind and just watch it. It's 80 minutes long, dude. Just watch it.
I will watch it.
Oh, oh my
Right now
lord.
this October. I still have I think 7 more. I
Watch
think
Halloween Resurrection too. That one's actually
No,
pretty
no, no,
fun.
no, no, no. Don't watch that.
That one is fun. That one's terrible, but it's fun.
It is fun, but Chad won't. He won't tolerate it. But I don't even want to talk about. I don't even want to talk to you, Chad. Leave me alone. Anyway. So we have.
Andrew. By the way, Andrew Lay says I thought Tron Ares was better than Superman and Fantastic Four this year. Haven't seen other superhero stuff. I know these two will disagree. Okay. We had a conversation, the three of us, after watching Superman and Fantastic Four, and I pretty much said it. I probably won't see either of those two anytime soon. But
Nah.
if someone were to say, "Oh, Tron Ares," like I want to see it float high, sure, I would watch it again.
I'm not watching any of these movies.
I mean, yeah, I get that, but
I'll
I
have a
had fun with Tron
Fantastic
Ares.
Four marathon. I watched the first two,
The
the Josh.
2015 one.
I watched that one too, and I watched this one, and I'll just kind of like see where they all stand for myself. I thought about that.
Cruise
I'd do
Movie
that.
Club says I like Fantastic Four and Superman. Haven't watched Tron Ares.
Don't watch it.
I'll be curious to hear your thoughts.
If
Drew.
you want to see the beautiful Greta Lee, great. And you can
Past
watch
lives.
that. Oh yeah, my
I mean,
God.
if you watch it in 3D. Otherwise,
Watch Greta
why
Lee in
bother?
3D, yeah, that was awesome.
Angela, I've been so against superhero genre for so long because of Civil War, so I'm glad that the Batman changed that for me. I'm glad the Batman changed that for you too, because Civil War, I understand why that might detract you because
Excuse me? No, first of all, I need you to stop talking. Andrew, holler at your boy Marv for a second. Civil War is one of the greatest comic book movies of all time. What do you mean that turns off superhero movies? I need you to explain in detail what you are talking about. That movie had stakes. That movie had the sauce. I need answers. Okay, that ending was phenomenal. But we'll talk about that when you holler back. All right, Marv loves you.
see, this is why we still have a lot of catching up to do because A Split says, Marv, we have to know what movie you're referring to. This was 26 minutes ago. What movie was
Oh,
it?
what movie was that? What movie were we
That was the
talking
one
about?
you said you weren't gonna name.
Oh no, I'm
Is
not
this
going to
gonna
name it. No,
Oh,
no, I'm
we'll
not
keep
naming
this in
it.
suspense.
No, I won't name it. No, it literally has like a 0%. I think it has under a 5, so I'm not
Have
going to name
we
it.
watched the movie?
I don't think you have.
Maybe
Okay.
it's the devil inside.
No, it's not that. I don't like that movie.
Andrew Lay says the only flaw I saw in Tron Legacy was Jeff Bridges' DH CGI face. It's nightmare inducing. It's something.
That movie is
But
sleep
it's
inducing.
also AI, so it kind of is like, all right, it's okay.
It does technically tie into like the world, but it is at first kind of distracting. I mean, I didn't really think too much of it in 2010. It was more so I saw Tron Legacy and the True Grit remake around the same time, so it was interesting. I was like, wait a minute, he looks a lot different. Splits, the animated Batman movies are so good, especially Under the Red Hood. I think you saw that one, right, Sergey?
I actually never watched that one though.
That's a good one. It's good.
Splits, the way they do it in the Batman Telltale game with the voice modifier is the best way to go. Did you
Mhm.
play? Did either of you play those games?
Yep.
I didn't play that one.
And Julie, thanks for mentioning Christian Bale's choice for the voice, Sergey. One of the things that took me out of watching those movies sounds so goofy. LOL. Oh, we gave him fuel. We gave him gasoline.
Yes.
Ace Bullets is not a fan of The Hobbit, which
It sucks dick.
Baby dicks. Apparently.
No, he eats a sack of baby dicks. Let's go.
There
Let's
we
go.
Oh, have you noticed, Sergey, when I mentioned to Marv that I was rewatching the Hobbit trilogy, one of the first things Marv said was, "They are so terrible." I was like, okay, well, I know where Marv stands. I was like, all right.
I
They were
remember going
so
to go.
terrible. Have you seen them? No.
I have seen them. I saw them in theaters.
Did you see all three or just the first one?
I saw all three of them.
Oh, okay. I was just
I
curious.
told you in my message. I said the first one sucks. The second one is okay, but it still sucks. The third one is kind of okay.
I feel like the
But
third one people hated the most.
But I got into this, Chad. This is what I mean when you don't pay attention to what I say. I illustrated my point where I said that the entire Hobbit fiasco is a shame because it wasn't supposed to be 3 3 hour long movies. It was supposed to be a two-parter, and it was going to have a much different feel than Lord of the Rings. It was like it was Del Toro's vision. So I guess how Del Toro does stuff. And he said that he was excited to do it, and then I forget. I think MGM was having financial troubles,
Yeah, they were.
and so he didn't wind up doing it. And then they said, "Yo, Pete, do you want to do it?" And he did it. But the problem was that he came back strictly for the money, and it shows. It's soulless. Those movies suck balls. Like what did Nicolette say? Where is New Zealand? Where is New Zealand? Like seriously,
It's
like
Middle
what?
Earth. It's not supposed to be New Zealand.
Why is the first movie so great? That's all New Zealand. None of that is CGI. That is all New Zealand, and they could have did the same thing. Nope. Let's just color this in over here with the worst CGI imaginable. Even though we have $300 million budgets, where did that money go? Probably our director's bank account, but who knows? Who's keeping count, right? And then you had the high frame rate nonsense that was DOA.
Dude,
Uh,
I saw it. By the way, I saw it that way in theaters the second time, and it gave me a headache. Like afterwards,
it
I
gave
was.
everybody a headache.
Oh, okay. Well,
Their
I'm not
witch
the
does
only
not
one.
give anybody
You're
headaches.
not the only one. People are complaining about it. People are getting mad at the theater for playing it. They're like, "You guys are gonna go out of business because what is this?" They're like, "Ma'am, that's not us. That's the studio." Well, you need to tell the studio to fix this. That really happened, man.
Yeah, yeah. That I try to when I was going into The Hobbit for the third time, I was like, think happy thoughts. Think about that first time when you didn't see it in the high frame rate and you had an enjoyable time. And yeah, third time was not the charm, unfortunately.
All they had to do was just adapt the Hobbit, and instead they tried to. They made. I will say they. How would I describe this? I would say is there such thing as over adapting? Is there a such thing as over adapting?
I
Because
don't think I've heard the term, but I'm intrigued to hear more.
They
because
went
I just think
over.
I feel like they just took the book and like just put an emphasis on everything that was said in like the first half. And
No, they
Well,
just stretched everything out.
and
hmm?
they're also taking from other books, like what was it, the Sumerian? Like they took from other
Valerian,
Gerard
yeah.
work.
Yeah.
So I think that also might be why it feels over adapted. We need to put a patent on that word.
I don't know if
I
they
don't know.
could. I don't think it was from the Similarian because I don't think they had the rights for it.
I forget. I remember it was another
That's
book.
why Rings of Power is doing like something completely different because they don't have the rights for
Rings of
it.
I can't the same thing with Alien Earth Rings of Power. I can't watch it. I want to. I just can't get into it.
I have one more episode left of Rings of Power. I
How is
haven't
it?
watched it. Oh, it's terrible.
I only got one. Dude, I lasted one season. I was like, I can't do it.
Is
I
it
like the
boring?
introduction, the music in the intro, but
Yeah, the
Is
intro's
it
not bad.
what is wrong? Is it boring? Is it just what is it?
it's very like video game looking. I don't know.
It's
Like
The
are
basically
you
like
story's not interesting. It just takes forever
that's
to get
how
going.
that's how I felt. I like because that was during the time where I was like, so I don't know if you guys had this feeling where you felt like you feel overstimulated, where you feel like it's too much content to keep up with, yada yada, right? So
yeah.
around that,
That's how writing down.
around that time we got that, a bunch of other shows, movies. I had every streaming service, and I caught myself trying to keep up with all these things, but a lot of these things were underwhelming to me, and this was one of them. And I remember I just had like a day where I just stopped watching a bunch of different stuff. Like I just stopped caring. I couldn't care anymore. And it was because, like Sergey said, it was just not interesting. Like that's how I felt about the you guys have you seen any of the Disney Plus shows? Uh the Star
Not in
Wars
a
stuff, the
while.
Marvel stuff?
Star Wars. I've seen the Andor stuff and the Mandalorian. Mandalorian season
Falcon and
3.
Winter Soldier was okay.
Oh, the
Yeah, that
Falcon.
had its moments.
I hated that show. That show was pandering. I don't like that. That
I mean,
show sucked.
I don't really remember too much about it, but if that didn't exist, don't know if we would have gotten Thunderbolts.
I doubt that. I doubt that. I doubt that. We definitely wouldn't have got Cat 4, that's for sure.
Oh. By the way, Godzilla says never seen The Hobbit, but I'm pretty sure it's not anywhere close to Lord of the Rings trilogy.
No, it's not, but I still enjoy it.
I can respect that. Look, even though I didn't like the first two Hobbit movies, I'm glad that you enjoy them. I am scared though for the third one because I know you're not a fan of the third Hobbit, so I'm terrified now, honestly, to watch it again. I'm like, oh no,
It's
what
just
have I got
not a
myself?
satisfying ending.
Yeah, I mean, I remember the first two I saw in theaters. The third one I didn't see in theaters, and I remember watching it like early in the morning. I'm just like, I don't like this. Like, I don't like this at all.
I mean, you
And
watch it, and you're like, I guess that was a trilogy.
that's how you end it.
That's how
Andrew,
you end it.
Andrew Lee says, I haven't seen the Hobbit trilogy, which could be a bliss to the world and New Zealand because there's a town for the movie there, a big tourist attraction, but I've never visited. Look, I'm glad to hear that they actually built something for the Hobbit trilogy. I'm kidding. I know that there was some like practical, some in that trilogy.
I'm sure Weta did a lot of their weapons and stuff like that. So.
Yeah. And Weta, for the most part, is great. I mean, like District 9, like that's incredible work that they did. Lord of the Rings trilogy. They're King Kong, like they're really
In
good.
fact, I have, I think, a Hobbit, one of those replica weapons hanging on my wall.
Yeah, that's awesome. From the Hobbit trilogy or the Lord
From
of
the
the Rings
Hobbit trilogy, yeah, one of the bows and then one of the swords. I have them.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and they're one of the more affordable ones since everybody hates the Hobbit.
I was gonna say if it was like Lord of the Rings, it'd probably be like,
Yeah, Lord of the Rings, you're gonna
add another
pay
zero,
3
couple
times the
zeros.
price for that.
This is $5 million.
Yeah.
Andrew Lay in all of 9 years living in that country. You got to go back to watch Lord of the Rings trilogy. You got to method view. You got to go to New Zealand, watch the Hobbit trilogy.
They have the Hobbit hole there, so that's like the main tourist attraction.
That would be cool. We should go to New Zealand sometime, like just to see the attractions.
That's an
I'll tell you
trip.
this. I'll put it to you this way: if we wanted to visit the Hobbit trilogy, all we need to do is buy some green screens on Amazon, and then we can create the Hobbit.
You could do a bunch of Marvel movies too.
that is true, especially like the pandemic ones.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
We can
Lord.
do Jungle Cruise if we want.
I turned that off.
I didn't see it because Sergey didn't like it, and I was like, all right, I'll
The better Dwayne The Rock Johnson, Emily Blunt movie is The Smashing Machine.
Smashing Machine. I was
There you go.
By the way, Bootzilla says, Chad, thanks for the like on Letterboxd for History of Violence. It was cool to watch that movie again in 4K. Okay, I liked your review. I did not realize that you saw the 4K restoration from Criterion. We got to talk. I want to hear, Bootzilla. How is the transfer? Like, does it look really, really good? Can you actually see the grain? Because the Blu-ray that I have, they did DNR. They removed all of the grain. So it's one of those things where it looks good, but I know it could look a lot better with the film grain. So let me know about that. I'm very curious because that is something I do want to pick up, but I'm hoping that they didn't use the same transfer. Or actually, I shouldn't say transfer because that's something that the transfer was probably really good back in the day, but they just smothered it in post-production. It's sad. That Blu-ray is sad. But I'm not even going to get rid of the Blu-ray because it's part of a 2-pack. It also has American History X, and that doesn't have a 4K yet. So I'll.
That's a great movie.
Yeah, American History X. I'm glad I gave it a second chance because the first time I totally misread that film, but the second time I read it correctly and I loved it. Sergey, have you seen American History X?
No, have yet to watch it.
Really? That would be an interesting film to show you. I mean,
You
it's
should
definitely
show
a
it to
film
him,
that's.
Chad. You should
Hmm?
show it to him. Show it to him, Chad.
Yeah, I think you would like it. I mean, it's definitely more than relevant today, unfortunately, than it was when it first came out.
Mm-hmm.
Again, emphasis on unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
You
still
should
have
you
to
should
watch
show him
Malcolm
that,
X too.
Chad. You should show him that and Best Man.
How are those two relevant?
I don't think that would be a good doubleheader. I really don't.
You suck, dude.
Well, I
You
try to
just
when I
try to
do,
make everybody watch Best Man.
I try to when I do doubleheaders, I try to do like a pairing, Marv. Like I had a David Cronenberg movie night. I'm trying to think of some of the other movie nights. Usually, it's like a genre or similar themes that are being tackled, or genres.
But
But
don't you
best
see
best
movies at the theater and they're totally opposite movies?
Yeah, but I'm not
Yeah.
hosting a movie night for that. That's just me going on my own, or sometimes I'll
Who
ask
said you're
friends.
hosting a movie night? I just said show him the movie.
Well, yeah, I'm going to ask some other people if they want to see American History X, especially since I know some other of my friends haven't seen that movie, and that's one that.
Pretty much, Kevin.
Yeah, I think actually both Kevins haven't seen it, and that needs to change.
You're killing me.
I've seen it. I own it. I think it's great. I think it's really good. Edward Norton is incredible in that movie. Andrew, like, what surprised me is that Dave Bautista is the highest rated actor in my Letterboxd stats. Best of the bunch for sure.
See,
I
he's a
will-
better actor than John Cena.
I don't like. I'm not gonna say I don't like Batista because I do, but his he's made comments that it really bothers me, and he just kind of comes off kind of like a pretentious dick. But I'm like, dude, you are a wrestler.
Well, okay. I know the comments you're referring to. He doesn't want to be lumped in with the other wrestlers turned actors because his whole goal is that he's trying to work with, and I know you're not going to like this term, but he's trying to work with like auteur directors. That's why he works with like Denis Villeneuve. Trying to think of some of the other directors that.
They are usually typecast.
Yeah, and he doesn't want to be like. That's why he tries to work with those type of directors. So that way,
That's fine. Nobody has a problem with that. He still didn't have to say what he said in that.
well, it's because someone was lumping him with the other two. That's all. Like for the content.
No. Because I know what he said. He actually was responding to a fan, and they just asked him. They said, "Listen, hey Dave, what'd you think about?" And mind you, I'm not saying you have to like these movies. Just to give you some context, I'm not saying that. The fan asked him, "Dave, what'd you think about hopping in Fast and Furious? We already got The Rock, we got Cena. It'll be great to get you in there." And then his response was like 4 or 5 gross emojis. Oh man, I'm sorry. I can't do that. That's beneath me, man. But it's cool that you like that. And I was like, dude, you're a dick. Like what? Like how
Wasn't
dare
he the
you?
guy that came and supported James Gunn when he was getting canceled?
He did, yeah. I love that he did that. I love that. I love that.
Humans are
I-
flawed. Shocking.
that's don't do that. Do not do that. You're going to make me upset. I don't want to break my phone.
I'll have to add a Marv's new phone.
Nah, I just won't have one at that point.
Oh, come on.
No, we do not defend nonsense of that type of. We just don't do that. I don't like stuff like that.
A said it best. Batista is great.
I like Batista. I don't like
Also,
that he did
Bootzilla is responding to your. I've seen both best man's Marv. First was okay. Second, first was
What?
okay. First was okay, and second is forgettable. He also says, "You forget, Marv. I'm black and married to a black woman. I've seen all that garbage, unfortunately." Like I said,
God.
first best man is okay. Oh, this is great.
Oh
This
no!
is
Hold
great.
on. Let me turn on my phone screen. What is it? What did he just say?
Why is garbage not written in all caps?
You forget, Marv. I'm black and married to a black woman. First of all right, hold on. I need you both to be quiet, okay? It had nothing to do with you being black, dude. I was just saying, I need this. I'm trying to spread the word to see these great masterpieces. Okay, I think The Best Man is one of the best screenplays written. Period. I truly believe that. That I know that you guys are going to say no. I think Scream, The Best Man, Scream.
Marv,
There it is.
I'm pretty sure best man wasn't even in your top 100.
You might be right, but I got to put it there. But The Best Man, Scream, Forgetting Sarah Marshall, and some others. But I truly believe that the screenplay warrants film fans to watch it. And what is this calling it garbage? You think The Best Man is garbage? I need you to answer this.
He,
I
to
don't.
be fair, he did say the first one was okay.
He said all that garbage. I need him to really dig into that. I need to know what he's talking about when he says that. Okay. What else? The Best Man 2, I won't say that's forgettable. But if you say that, I don't like that. I don't even like that you said that. Chad, remember we rewinded the whole scene, the whole two scenes? Great acting is in those movies, man. They're
Yeah,
in
no,
there.
no, no. I enjoy the second one. There's no denying that.
But you didn't
I
enjoy
like
the
it.
first one, and I'm upset about it. I'm
Well,
gonna always be upset about it.
I
You
didn't
gave
hate it
Tron a
though.
higher rating than this.
Oh my goodness, they're two different
Two
movies.
different
I
movies.
don't care.
They're two
It,
way
it
different movies.
great writing, great characterization, great actors, great storyline. You know why he doesn't like it, Sergey, without spoiling anything? Chad doesn't like it because it has a happy ending. That is why he doesn't like it. And
No,
it's so
mm,
upsetting.
As a comedy,
that's not it at all. I'm not going to
It
spoil it.
is. He's going to say it differently. This is what he's about to say. He's going to say it betrayed its themes, which is code for he doesn't like happy endings. That is all. That is all.
No, no, that's not true. But the second one has a happy ending.
Actually, is it? Does it? Does it really?
Yeah,
Does it really? Does it without spoiling anything? Does it really?
yes.
No, it does not. You're lying.
Okay,
This the no. Don't spoil anything for Sergey.
I'm not. I'm
Sergey,
not going to
go
spoil
ahead. Go
anything.
ahead.
But
Go ahead.
they addressed everything in the first one.
Mm-hmm.
There was stuff that happened. Again, I'm not going to spoil it. There was stuff that happened, but at the end, I mean, everything worked out.
Everything worked out. Are you kidding me? What?
No,
So I don't want to spoil anything, but you don't think it was a black cloud in the second one at the end?
I mean, not really, not as
Oh
much.
my
No.
gosh, dude! What? What are you talking about? It is literally it's a tragedy, dude. That's all I'll say. I can't say anything else. It's a tragedy. The first movie doesn't end in tragedy.
We should, we should, as a side note, we should have like a best. It's a trilogy, right?
Yes, sir.
We should have a best man trilogy like discussion at some point, like three of us down the line. I feel like that would be a lot of fun. We could talk about spoilers and everything. We could talk
I'm
about
so hurt.
we
My
could talk about
heart.
characters, themes, storytelling, how the film kind of shot itself.
Guys, everybody who's watching, I just want you to know that Chad hates happy endings.
Oh
Okay.
my goodness!
If it has a what you would call it, what would you call it, Chad? A bittersweet. Let's just say that. If it had a bittersweet ending, Chad will love it. He loves it.
All right, well, that's not true. 28 years later had a happy ending. I like that movie.
What?
It had a joyous ending.
I almost
It
threw
was
my
very
phone.
different from the rest of the movie, but it had a happy ending.
I'm about to spoil that movie. Do you want me to spoil?
Don't.
no,
Sorry,
I have yet to watch it. That's coming in a few weeks.
Yeah, don't no spoilers.
I almost.
Well, I mean,
did.
I gave Sergey a forewarning about that movie. I'm like, dude, I'm like, you might like it because it's different from other zombie movies. But I'm
That
like,
movie
I'm
sucks.
like, the last 5 minutes, I'm like, you're gonna have some tonal whiplash, and I'm like, I'm like, I don't know if you'll like it, but it is happy technically.
No, it's not. That movie sucks, and you know it. And I don't understand what's wrong with you in trying to give this movie a pass. You do this to upset me, and I'm convinced.
No, I promise. I actually lowered my expectations when I went into 28 years later because you were like, it is terrible, and I was like, all right, and I just went into it. I was not expecting to cry, but I did.
I did not cry. I had a headache because I wanted to like blow up the movie theater because it was so bad.
Jeez, okay, I was not expecting that.
Yeah, it wasn't the only one. You know, when people came to me like, "What the fuck did I just watch?" People were asking for their money back. It was a whole fiasco. I told the bartender, I said, "Bartender, you told me that shit was hot." He was like, "You ain't like it, bro?" I said, "Fuck no." Now, and I actually convinced him to make me a free drink. But you know,
That should be your go-to every movie you just hate.
no. But it was before that movie. Me and him were talking. Like, I think you gonna like it, man. I'm like, oh, okay. I came out. I said, bro, I have a headache. What was that, bro? Like, and it's just weird. Like, I don't understand
Okay,
who greenlit that.
Okay,
Who
Marv,
approved that?
I will. Okay, I'll try to help out. Sergey, you'll absolutely hate it then. You'll think it's the worst thing ever. You will want to blow up a movie theater too. There we go. You happy?
Now he'll like it. You should have told him he'll love it. No, Sergey, you're gonna love
Oh
this
my
movie.
goodness. There's no
You're
way.
gonna think this is the greatest movie of all time. You're going to think
I
that
have
should
extremely low expectations since I didn't
have
like
high
the first two.
expectations. Have high expectations. It's going to win 9 Oscars at the Academy Awards.
That I would bet money on would not happen.
It should never happen.
It would have a higher chance than Blair Witch.
This movie is not better than Blair Witch. And if you tell me that, then I just think that you're trying to kill my spirit.
Okay, I will go on the record and say that Sergey will like it better than Blair Witch, but the two very different horror
100%.
films.
That's 100%.
Yeah, they're very different horror films.
You guys want me to die.
No, that we don't want to. He splits. This is great. Marv crashing out and beefing with everyone tonight.
Yeah, sorry. It's
Marv came out a blaze, and I love it.
I get one of those nights, I guess, because I'm not standing for the malarkey today. I'm just not. I'm not. I'm still mad at Sergey for his review. I want to keep it honest.
Oh my goodness, dude! I'm glad that you read our reviews. That was the first thing that when I saw, I was like, oh, he does read our reviews. I was like, oh, that's cool.
You know that. This is what Sergey. So if you've ever listened to me, right? I've always said that Chad never listens to me. How don't I read his reviews when I've actually talked to him about some of his reviews? He's talking about the few that I
send you them sometimes because you'll be like, oh, what'd you think? And I'll send you the review.
I don't read them. How do I know if you like a movie or not? You send me your review to read them.
Yeah.
Duh. And we talk about it afterwards.
Yeah, but my point is Sergey didn't send you his review for Blair Witch Project.
Nah.
That's not, but you said I don't read your guys' reviews. I obviously read them if we talk about them. You don't ever pay attention to me, dude, and I hate it.
You don't like his review. That's why he doesn't know.
There's no way for me to know.
Not all the time. Not all the time. Sometimes I agree with his reviews. I just I don't write my reviews because I'm not usually compelled to. The reviews that I think I have 2 reviews on there. The reviews that I have 3.
Thunderbolts, I know is one of them.
Thunderbolts, Halloween Kills.
Really?
It might be just those 2. Or is it another one? Hold on. It might just be those 2.
Oh, by the way, Ace also says I only saw the first Hobbit and it was terrible.
It is. But the reason I wrote those reviews because I was actually compelled to write them. Usually I don't have a lot to say as far as
He was compelled to write a review for 2001: A Space Odyssey, by the way.
That movie sucks balls. I hate it. I hate it, and I don't want to talk about it ever again.
Wow. Andrew, oops, I touched Marv's nerve. LOL. I saw the airport fight scene in Civil War and thought it was meaningless and saw it as a launch pad for the franchise to merge in subsequent movies. And he also says
that airport scene I did not like.
You're just killing my.
Yeah.
That is what you call a splash panel, and that's for.
He also says, I prefer Marvel when they were focused on different characters. Then Avengers came out, and it was interesting. Age of Ultron was fun, but Civil War was when I said, don't like where this is going. And he also says, plus, I fell asleep in the theater after Black Panther's dad got assassinated. I only woke up in the airport fight scene because it was so loud.
Oh, wow.
I just never understood why they're all fighting in the airport. I understand the beef between Captain America and Iron Man, but why is everybody fighting to the death? They're
not fighting to the death in that movie.
So they're just fighting for the fun of it?
No, they're fighting because one team is
for the fans. You gotta understand, in issue number 50, page number 60, this is a reference to that. It's for the fans, Sergey.
It is for the fans, but that's not what's happening. What is happening, and if you would know this, Chad, if you watch the Film Mental video, they're not trying to hurt each other. One team just believes in not signing over their rights. The other team is like, we got to do it because we're hurting people. And so they're just fighting about that. Let
them fight it out. Why are they involved in this fight?
Because those Team Iron Man believes in, we have to do this. It's the right thing to do. And Team Captain America is like, no, we don't want to sign over our rights. And they're loyal to Cap.
I think it's actually the opposite. I think Iron Man is the one that's against signing.
No, it's Cap. It's Cap is against it. Iron Man was for it.
It's been a long time. I will say this with Andrew. Civil War was when I started slowly falling out of love of the MCU.
Move out of your goddamn mind.
No. I still like the movie, but that was when I started noticing. I'm like, it's not hitting the same way.
Yeah,
That's when it was at
couldn't agree
peak
with that.
That was peak Marvel. What are you
I
talking about?
but again, I think it's also because during that entire fight scene, it felt, as he said, it felt kind of like meaningless because the entire time Spider-Man's going around like just saying these quippy one-liners, so it immediately just deflates any tension. So it's just
Yeah,
it
and
just
he didn't have his whole movie, his own movie yet, right? So
yeah.
popped
So
in, and he's like involved in this fight all of a sudden.
guys, what are we doing? Who are we fighting? Yeah, and it's like, yeah, I'm kind of on the same page with you. What are we doing? Like, who are we fighting?
Yeah, tonally just doesn't even make sense.
That movie is
Well,
awesome.
especially since we see, like, I love the interaction between Tony and Steve at the very end. I thought that was pretty compelling. And like I said, there were some really cool scenes, like Black Panther's introduction. I did like that, of course. I like certain scenes of it, but I think as a whole, it's
I did not know that deep focus lens entered the chat.
really.
That's how I feel right now.
No.
You guys are upsetting me, man. What is happening on here?
Also, Ace Plus, that would be insane method view. I'm going to New Zealand and into the Hobbit's house to watch the movie. It would be awesome though. It would be very like, oh my goodness, we're here.
I would go and raid the pantry.
Bootzilla, History of Violence looks great in 4K and the green is there. Yes, I was very impressed. You had me even more excited, and okay, I am 100% picking that up. I mean, I was going to pick it up regardless, but this has me even more excited because that was one of the things holding it back from me giving like a 5/5. Because I'm just like, I would always watch it. I'm like, this looks digital. It's not digital though. They shot it on film, so it's like, what's going on here? So I'm very excited for this. And Cronenberg's 4K restorations are usually great. Like Videodrome looks outstanding in 4K, so I'm pumped. Ace Plus also says you can add more to it to get height reduction surgery. So it's this insane method viewing experience. Oh, that would be something too. I'm just like really small. Andrew says, well, I did hike the mountains where they shot The Last Samurai, my #1 film of all time, where it got masqueraded as Mount Fuji in Japan. Ooh, that must have been really nice. Sergey was actually in Japan earlier this year.
Yeah, it's a breathtaking sight to be at Mount Fuji.
I was gonna say that's on my bucket list. I will do it in Japan sometime. And he went to the town with the cliff over a lake where they shot the last act of Mission Impossible Fallout. Oh, that must have been breathtaking too, and scary. I feel like Bootzilla. I know it didn't have anything with me being black. What I'm saying is, me being a black man is in addition to that. I've seen all those movies because it targets my demographic. All right, that's fair. Marv, do you accept that answer?
No, because he called it garbage.
His wife did not call it garbage, though.
That's a good point. Ace Blitz says all this discussion of Best Man makes me want to watch it.
You need to watch it right now, Ace. Ace, you have to watch it.
Also, actually, Andrew, I'm glad Andrew's got my back. Chad hates happy endings. Which type are you referring to, Marv? I don't hate happy endings.
If you were to watch the movies, you'll know what I'm talking about.
We just talked about Back to the Future last week. That is a happy ending.
Yeah. That's one.
Batman Begins has a happy ending.
One.
That wasn't two. That's two movies.
It's two.
What's your favorite comedy, Chad?
Grand Budapest Hotel, but it's like it is kind of bittersweet. Like,
oh my gosh, you just walked into that one. Okay.
because I'm having such a good time with that film, and then it's very deceptively, I think deceptively deep, where it's like it then kind of ties into regret and just the passing of time and how certain things can affect you and you don't realize it until it's too late. And I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm like, holy cow. But I still think it's hilarious. Big Lebowski, we'll be talking about that pretty soon.
Yeah, that's a happy ending.
Happy ending. I love that film. I'm trying to think of Marv, a movie you've shown me. This is The Second Best Man. That is a happy ending.
The First Best Man is a happy ending. The second one is not a happy ending, dude. It's very bittersweet, and you know why. And I don't know why you're acting like you don't. Oh my god.
Andrew says sorry, not sorry. LOL.
But guys, I do think that you should watch Best Man. Ace, Boots, Andrew. I forget who else is on here. Is it Dave or is it Drew? That's his name, right?
Dave, I don't think Dave's in today. Also, Bootzilla says most of those type of movies are garbage because most of them are black man is an abuser or cheater. That trope got tired real quick for me in those type of movies. Like I said, garbage.
But that's not the case in those movies.
He capitalized them in this one.
Well, I'm not going to spoil Best Man. We'll table this. I mean, this is a good. I think it's a good comment, but
I have to hold Boots' feet to the fire here because that is not true. That is not true. It's not. That's
again,
not true.
I'm not going to
It's
spoil
the
Best Man.
opposite. It's the opposite.
There's no cheating that goes on in Best Man. Yeah, my
actually, is it? Is it? Is it?
Oh my goodness.
Well, I'll tell you, nobody's an abuser in that movie.
No, I will not. Yeah, no.
Boots, I feel like this is a cop-out answer, Boots. We're gonna have to talk more about this later.
I know. I think Bootzilla's got a point. I
don't think you hate happy endings, and I think Boots is just he just doesn't like the movie for some odd reason.
That is first of all, that is some fake news. We didn't even okay. 310. I guess 310 Yuma kind of has a happy ending.
No, it does not. What are you talking about?
Kind
not
of.
Really. Not
no,
really.
it does not.
Kind of.
No, it does not. It's anything but a happy ending.
Well, but the son is able to see his dad do something like
Dude, what?
Django and Chain. Come on, that's got a happy ending.
Oh yeah, that one. But that's bittersweet too.
Oh my goodness.
You're not gonna escape the allegations, homie.
Oh my goodness. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say Hateful Eight, but that doesn't have a happy end.
What is wrong with this dude?
I'm looking at our list right now. Jaws has a happy ending. Monsters Inc.
He said Jaws.
Happy ending for who?
Who? The shark?
Oh, not the shark. But the guy, the lead character. We'll talk about Jaws more, but the lead character fulfilled his fear. Like he was able to pass.
The lead character, as in the title monster, got his dinner.
No, I'm talking about Brody. He was terrified of the water. Again, I don't want to spoil it for those that haven't seen Jaws, but he overcomes his fear. That's awesome. That's positive. That's a good thing.
Let's go to the other comments. We're
we have a lot more still. Bootzilla at A Splats, you should watch them. They aren't just for people like me, even though we are the target demographic. I would agree with that. I'm glad I watched the two Best Man movies. Like, I'm not going to deny that. I'm glad I saw them. It sounds so bad that it's good, is what Ace Plett says. Oh boy. Oh boy.
They're not bad at all, Ace.
This is interesting. Bootzilla says, I said the second movie is garbage, not the first one.
The second movie is not garbage? Oh my God. Oh God. Oh,
Ace Plett, love the energy from Marv tonight. Me too. What was it, a week or two ago? Marv was, he had a little bit of the Marv's on the uppers now. I love it. I love it. Ace Plets, how long is the Best Man movies? They're less than 2 hours, I'm pretty sure, a piece.
The first one is an hour and 59. I think the second one is an hour and 57.
Yeah, they're around like the two hour mark.
No. I think the second one might be longer. I'm sorry. But the first one is an hour and 59.
Oh, by the way, Andrew Lay says, not scary at all, Chad. That town is called Queenstown. It's in New Zealand's South Island, most beautiful place on earth, guaranteed. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'll hopefully get to visit it someday. New Zealand has always been like at the top of my list of places.
I hear New Zealand is not dangerous at all, so I think I should move there.
I hear that's the place to be if there's a nuclear war.
Yeah.
Hopefully the people there do not like TV.
There or Alaska.
Ace Plets, we need to have a whole Best Man stream, and I will watch it so I can join in on the discussion. That would be a lot of fun, like a play-by-play discussing it.
That would be lovely.
It would be something to have for sure.
Yeah.
By the way, I remember, I think it was last live stream, I discussed how the way the list was interwoven was that it had, like, for example, the Prestige, it was in alphabetical order, and so it put the Prestige under like the. So I was able to rearrange it and put the Prestige under P instead of T. And so our next movie that we'll be talking about, oh, actually, it's Before Sunrise, but then next would be The Big Lebowski.
Awesome.
So I'm excited for the next two movies. I feel like it's going to be a lot of fun. The only thing that is unfortunate with for Marv, at least for Before Sunrise, is that it's currently not streaming. Like you have to like rent it. But Big Lebowski, I would want to show that to you, Marv. Like that's a movie that ever since my birthday I've been wanting to show it to you. So when I sit down, show that to you, I think you'll like it if you go in with open mind. Like it's a good time.
It's
Like,
one of the most quotable movies, at least in my mind.
It's hilarious.
Oh,
And I feel like it's about three friends. Like I feel like in many ways it's like us three.
we'll see.
Who are you?
I feel like Marv is like Walter, John Goodman's character.
That's my favorite character.
Yeah, I feel like that's Marv. Like he gets like super passionate, and then I'm like, I feel like I'm like the dude where I'm just like, in like the middle of everything, and like sometimes I just don't know what's going on. And then you're Donnie, where it's like you'll interject, like you'll have these like one-liners that you'll put
yeah out of your element, Donnie.
I am so excited to talk about that film. I mean, Before Sunrise, I'm also excited because I love that film, and I also just think it's cool because Batman Begins is such a different film from Before Sunrise. Before Sunrise is so different from Big Lebowski. So we have a lot of variety on the list, which I think is awesome. I wonder how much discussion we'll have about Before Sunrise when we talk about it, though, because I feel like because it's an indie film, I feel like not a lot of people have seen it. Big Lebowski has like the cult following aspect, so I feel like there'll be a lot more discussion from people about it. Let's see. Also,
I mean, it gives people an option to catch up and watch these before the next live stream.
That is a good point. Angel says, I like ambiguous endings best, which is why the movie idea I'm working on, you'd interpret a happy ending if you're an optimist and sad ending if you're a pessimist. Ooh, I like that.
That is dope.
Honestly, yeah, ambiguous endings I think are really cool. Godzilla and Marv, I didn't say the best man had the cheater abuse trope. I said most of the type of movies do. Come on, man, pay attention.
Hey,
he threw that back in your face because you always say to me, I'm not paying attention.
You don't.
I do.
You do not, and it's evident. But
oh my goodness.
Hold on, let me read his comment again. Hold on. No. Nah. Boots, you lumped it in there with the garbage. That's how we got here. We can't do that. You said that all that type of garbage. And you lumped it in there. I'm not going to let you get away that easily. Now, if you don't care for it that much, I'll concede. But you definitely lumped it in there with the garbage. You definitely did that. And I understand that you would not like those type of movies that
Joel said. I said the second one is garbage.
You said the second one was. He said the second one was forgettable. See, now who's paying attention?
Also, Ace Plus says Marv fully selling me on Best Man right now. What's the premise? Marv, take the
all right. So the premise is a writer returns back home to New York City for his best friend's wedding, and he is writing. He has a book that he's finishing, but he doesn't want anybody to see it because, as it turns out, the book is about how his infidelity that is with the guy, his best friend, who he's marrying, and that's the hook of the movie.
It's not infidelity, so like cheating, right?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Not quite, because, and here's why.
Well, here we go.
Here's why.
Let's unload the baloney. All right.
It happened off screen. It happened years ago, years and years ago. It happened when they were kids. They were like in their mid-30s. And this happened when they were like 18,
I'm sorry.
19.
So wait, are we kids? Does that mean we're kids and we're not adults?
What are you talking? Did you hear what I just said, dude? I said that it happened
in the 30s.
No, I said they're in their 30s, and it happened when they were kids.
Well, actually, it happened when they were in college.
Kids. They were 18, 19. So
I,
what, Chad? Go ahead. I'll go say something, please. You're not off the hook yet, so I want you to engage with me. Go ahead. Match
I
my energy.
correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like I know a lot about laws. I feel like 18 under the United
You
States
know what I
considered
meant, dude.
an adult.
Don't be a smart ass. Oh my gosh. Duh.
I don't want to be dumb. I want to be smart.
Oh my gosh, bro. I wish you could box. I want to box you now. You see what happened? You see what your mouth gets you? Gosh. Anyway, before I get upset, Ace, I want you to watch it, okay? I want you to watch it. I want us to
Mozilla
talk
says you
about
need a
it.
timeout, by the way,
Boots, I'm still mad at you.
and a Snickers.
That's kind of racist. I don't know what that's about. I'm not even going to address that anymore. But
What?
Ace, I want you to
Wait, wait,
watch it.
wait, wait. That's racist?
That's a
Leave me
commercial.
alone, Chad. You're not in the same room with me. Matter of fact, I'm going to come see you. What is today? Today's Saturday already. Damn it! I could have came to your house today. I have to see you, man. I have to see you, man. You're on the hook. You're on the hook, and you still haven't started the morning show. I'm mad at you for all types of
Oh my
reasons.
goodness. If I start the morning show, would I be off the hook?
No,
What will make me
but
off the hook?
a lot of things, but you're not going to do them, so there's no point. You're never going to watch the morning show.
I'm
You're never
gonna
going to watch it.
instead of Schindler's List, I'm gonna create Marv's list of things to be off the hook.
No, it's okay. I don't want. I don't
Morning
want that.
show, give Best Man a 60,000 out of 5 stars.
You don't have to give it that. I think that if you gave the best man a 3 out of 5, I think if you gave it a 3 out of 5, I think it'll be satisfactory. But you've given Cap 4 and Superman a higher rating than the best man, and it just can't do. I will not allow it. I will not stand for such nonsense.
Now I gotta watch it.
Ace Palettes, W Rage Bait from Chad.
Yeah, I hate Chad. I hate him. If I had like a hot, like machete, I would just take it and put it on his scalp, and then I'm going to put. You know what I'm going to put there? I'm gonna write on your forehead. The lighthouse.
I
I'm
thought
like
you
the
were gonna say
lighthouse.
Best Man. I don't know how you're gonna fit Lighthouse on there. It's a pretty big
Yeah,
word.
yeah, probably.
You would have to do it
Uh,
like small. You couldn't use a machete. You would have to
no,
use
no,
like
no,
a,
no, 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 no.
like a
I know what I'm going to do.
little knife.
No, no, no. I'm going to just put Cap for Cap 4. That's what I'm going to do because you've broken my heart. The amount of times you've coped and you've just cop pleas for this movie that is absolutely
Marv, I
ridiculous.
will be honest. When I saw Captain America 4, I did not know it was going to be so much of a trigger for you that I gave it a 2.5 out of 5.
It
I
is the
never
worst
did.
movie I have seen in a long time. I can't tell you how flabbergasted I was that you gave it such a high score. I'm not getting when I'm not over exaggerating when I'm telling you. I don't understand it. It makes no sense to me. And every time I think about it, it just makes me more upset.
That's how everybody else feels about Best Man, looks like.
What are you talking about? Oh gosh, this movie is a classic, dude. You can't say nothing about that. You have to
I
watch
never
it
even
first.
heard of this movie.
Well, watch it. You heard of it now.
By the
Watch
way,
it.
Ace Split says, Marv, how are you going to feel if I give it the Best Man a 5 out of 5?
I think I might pass out. I think I might pass out, die of happiness, and come not haunt you, but just give you a fist pump. I might even like grant some wishes of you. I might be your own personal genie. Oh, that would make my day. After the
Also,
malarkey I've had to put up with tonight.
Bootzilla says, peace, y'all. And Ace Blood says, peace out, Boots. And Boots also says that would be great, Ace. Bootzilla, it was good to hear from you.
Great dudes.
I always like to hear from you. I'm glad that you got to see History of Violence on 4K. I'm jealous.
I want you to rewatch The Best Man, all three of them in 4K, and I want you to get back to us on Wednesday for the live stream. Okay, you have 5 days, Boots. We're going to talk about this.
I don't know how those movies would fare on 4K.
Dude, you cut out the malarkey. Oh, you are in so much trouble today with me, dude. I want to take some brass knuckles, and I want to just.
I'm getting macheted and brass knuckled over.
I want to put broken glass in your shoes when you're asleep, and then when you when you put them on, you're going to just feel all
He
this
sounded
pain.
like the villain from a Black Phone.
the less said about that, the better. I saw the second one last night.
What'd you think?
So I took Jamie and a friend of mine, and I liked it, but it was just a weird movie. I don't know. Like I think like I was liking it, but by the time it got to the end, I was like, all right, what's going on here? Like for example, I don't without spoiling anything. Two things happen. Number one, right? So you know what his mask looks like, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold up, you guys didn't see it, did you?
No, we both saw it.
Good.
Oh, you did see it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So did you guys notice that at the end when he spoke, like when they took off his mouth didn't move? Did you guys notice that?
I mean, a little bit. It didn't really bother me though, because
That
it's
lit my theater up. People checked out at that point. Everybody laughed at it. It was bad. It was because it was a very crowded
The
theater, right?
character is in a different place, so I feel like that's more acceptable.
Nah,
I mean,
not for me.
also, and I know we've talked about this before. I I would not watch a horror movie on a Friday night crowd. Even if you paid me at this point now, I kind of
Word. Oh
I
God.
Conjuring 4 broke me. Not even the movie. My mother-in-law actually yesterday was asking me because I went over to their house, asked me about Conjuring 4. She said she just saw it. She was like, "What'd
Did
you
she
think of
like
it?"
it?
And the first thing that came to my mind wasn't the movie's quality. It was the experience in the theater, and I was like, "Oh no!" And I was like, I brought up the theater experience, and I was like, "Yeah, the movie itself, I felt kind of indifferent to, but I probably would have liked it better if I didn't have such a bad theater experience."
So hold up. I couldn't pay you to go see a movie with me on a Friday night.
Not a horror film. I feel like horror crowds on Friday night because it's a lot of teeny boppers. It just
No, I go see them Thursday maybe.
yeah. Thursday you have the like the
So I
adult.
couldn't pay either one of you to go on a Friday night. I couldn't pay you.
Why not?
It would depend also on it would depend on the movie and
All
the
right,
genre.
so let me see. Let me see a good like it's hard because it's changed in years,
Like
but
Black Phone 2, because it's different from the first one, I would not have seen it on Friday night. That's why I made a point to see it
I
Thursday
didn't
night.
see like a huge crowd for that movie anyway.
mine was sold out.
Mine was a decent size. The crowd I was kind of worried about early on because they were like commenting on the trailers. Like when they saw the trailer for The Bride, there were like two people that said, "Oh, Maggie Gyllenhaal, I'm not watching that." I was like, "I don't know." I guess we
What?
know. Yeah, I was thinking, I'm like, okay, you have anything against that?
She directed what is it, Lost Daughter or something?
Yeah, and I liked that one.
Yeah, I
And
like that movie.
The Bride looks, I think it looks really
It
good.
looks really
I
fun.
know.
Looks like
Got
Poor
two
Things, but
Frankenstein
good.
movies coming out. Great.
Stop, Marv. We're capping you.
I don't cat me. That movie looks awesome. It looks like Poor Things if it was done right.
Yeah, done right.
Oh my goodness, you're giving me a headache, Marv. I'm gonna put
You
glass.
need
In
a
my
headache
I'm
for
gonna
what
put
you've
glass in my
caused me.
shoes by myself.
But I'm trying to think of a good scary movie that I would have taken you to. Can you name a couple? I can't think of it.
Weapons.
Weapons,
Conjuring.
like weapons on a Friday night. No,
I am very happy that I did a date night with Nicolette on a Thursday night. It was awesome.
wow. So I couldn't have paid you to see weapons on a Friday night.
Would you have watched it a second time just to get like be a part of that crowd reaction, having already known?
I did that. I did that.
I with that movie because of where that movie turns in the third act. I don't know because I feel like some people would have checked out.
No, that movie is awesome with a crowd, dude. Like you
I
have
feel
to.
like the substance would be great with the crowd.
Yeah, I think so
I will
too.
say I did see that with a crowd, but it was an early access screening, and that was an awesome movie to experience with a crowd because there were so many people who were like, oh my goodness, and I was just like, oh wow, like this is really something. And then some people were like laughing at the right moments. Some people were kind of like, I'll never
Weapons
forget.
with a weapons with a crowd you would have loved. I saw it 3 times with a crowd. It was bonkers every time. Bonkers. I'm talking about people were like when it was over, both all 3 times. People loved it so much they're talking to strangers in the lobby. Like, did you like it? Yeah. Did you see this coming? Yeah. Like you would have loved that. I feel bad that you didn't see it that way.
I
Yeah, if I would have known that, I would have tried. I would have like got your Oh, I would have got you out the house, man. Oh, I hate hearing these things. You upset me so much sometimes. Oh God.
I saw the movie. I loved the movie. I thought it
But
was
you
great.
missed out on this experience. We talk about this, about how great experience to be in the theater, and you just you like, what is the word I'm looking for? You like avoided it. Like you went the opposite direction, and it's sad. It's
I
so
think we
sad.
both generally do that. We go see smaller movies opening week.
No,
Yeah.
that's fine. But a movie like this required you to see it with a crowd, and it's sad that you missed it because you won't get the opportunity again.
I'll put it to you this way, Marv. A movie like Roofman or After the Hunt, I'm glad that I saw it with a lot of older people because watching films with older people, it's so different. They're quiet, they react correctly around certain things.
Mm.
Just watching films with younger people, again, I know I'm going to sound like an old person, but watching films with younger people, they whip out their phones. They are talking more.
I get that.
And
I'm not
I
saying
don't
you're
think it's
wrong.
appropriate. I think it's as you would say, it's disrespectful to the filmmakers, all the people that put hard work into the movie, and it's just like, dude, and also disrespectful to all the people in the theater.
Or I'll put it to you this way: when I saw Weapons, right? I saw it 3 times. All 3 times, it was sold out. It had all different types of people in there, and once the movie started, there was none of the things that you hate. I
People
mean,
watching.
there wasn't any of the, like, people, like, on their phones, like, talking, or people were talking, but they were talking like to everybody in the theater. It was like everybody in the theater was talking to each other. That's what was happening. It wasn't, nobody was disrespected. It wasn't no, like, when things were happening, people were like, shh, oh my God, what's happening? It was what you want to get when you go to the movies, that communal experience. Now, I know what you're talking about. Like, I'm trying to think of an experience that I had. Like, I saw a movie called Battle Los Angeles one time,
Oh
right?
boy.
Right. So, mind you, I believe this was my third time seeing it in the theater too, because I had saw it. I
Oh,
think I had saw it twice the first weekend, and the third, and I saw it the next weekend. The third weekend, we had went up to Franklin Mills to watch it, and it was like jam packed, right? So we're watching it. I think it's like probably like 15 minutes in, right? And out of nowhere, I'm talking about like nowhere, you just hear somebody walk in the theater, and they're talking as louder than I'm talking to you right now. And they were like, "Yeah, yeah, I'm saying, yeah, yeah, uh huh." And then she turns around and sees how crowded it is, right? And instead of being like, "Oh shit, there's people in here, let me be quiet," she did the opposite. Damn, this shit packed. Woo, we
That
in here tonight. I was
might have
like,
made that
everybody was,
movie more watchable, actually.
so Marv, it's funny you mentioned that because one of the worst movie experiences besides Conjuring 4 was when I saw Get Out
mm.
with Nicolette at Oscar
I
Valley.
I could imagine how that went.
Well, dude, everything was chill at first. Like the commercials were playing and everything. It was all chill. And the movie starts out. It's good. It's good. Everything's fine. A couple come in and they go in the middle of the aisle. They can't find their seats. Okay, I understand. That's something that's difficult. They start yelling at each other. And then they finally find their seats and they start yelling even more. And then they start having a screaming match in the theater while the
Mm.
movie is playing. I was beside myself. I'm like, Lord help me. And a security guard had to like come and everything. I was just like, what is happening? Now I
That
still
was.
love the movie and everything, but when I think of that opening scene, I think about that. I'm like, oh
I
yeah,
feel like that's an anomaly because I feel like that what happened to me with Fast Five. Me and Will had went on a Saturday night, the opening weekend. And we're at Franklin Mills in IMAX, their new IMAX theater, and we're in there, right? And mind you, the movie was still in like the preview stage, but mind you, everybody's taking their seats and everybody's getting ready for the movie. Sold out again, but this one couple started arguing over seats with this other couple, and it got very weird very fast because then the one lady called her the N word,
oh
and
wow.
yeah, yo, yeah, and then it was, oh my God, she just called me that, other, and then so they're arguing. So that couple's arguing with that couple, and it's getting really tight. Then the other guy from the back, he's like this. I guess he's supposed to be cool. He like, get up, hey yo, y'all be quiet. Listen, I got drinks. Y'all want a drink? Everybody was like, yeah, woo. And it just got really weird very fast. He pulled out some Hennessy. Pulled out Hennessy, chat. And he's like, listen, man, take this drink. He's like, no, listen, it's all good. It's all good, man. We don't want no problems. But she called my wife that, and we ain't having that, and blah, 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 right? And then the security came, and then the managers came. This movie's 2.5 hours. I can't have this. Oh, it's all good, but we going to get our seats. We need our refund, and you going to give the seats for this right here. This movie sold out, sir. Oh, and it was just a whole ordeal. But that
I'm starting
happens
to
like,
realize why Franklin Mills AMC no longer exists.
well, much worse than that things happened there, man. People got shot there. Franklin, I worked there for a little bit. Like it's for whatever reason, it's in a seemingly nice neighborhood, but the people that went there were very suspicious characters. I'm not sure why. Like I
Yeah,
said, it's like if you look at the neighborhood, you would think it's nice, but no.
it's
If you
okay. Not
if
that
you were to
great.
hang out at Franklin Mill in that vicinity, you'll see quickly that the people
That's where
around
Dennis
there.
lives.
Say it again.
I said that's where Dennis lives.
Yeah, I don't know why, because it's dangerous around there. People get hurt there. Like people get shot in Franklin Mills. I don't get it.
By the way,
But
Ace says, this is so good tonight. I'm doing best man, Marv, I promise.
yay! Let's go.
And Andrew also says, my goal for this month is to catch up on Barbarian and Weapons. Haven't seen either, but I'm so busy. I don't know if I have time. You're in for a treat for both.
One of
Andrew, how
them
about
Marv
this?
hates.
I'll match you, Andrew. I'll watch both of them by the next live stream and we can talk about it.
Didn't you
Deal?
give Barbarians like half a star?
I did, but I'll rewatch it for Andrew. I'll watch both of them
We'll
back to
bump it
back.
up. It'll get bumped up, I hope.
We'll watch it. Andrew, I'll do that for you, okay? I will watch both of them back to back and we'll talk about it on Wednesday.
Ace Blood says, what is the best movie going experience you've had? I will say it's multiple. Avengers Endgame, that was a great experience. This year, my first time seeing one battle after another was honestly amazing. We didn't have our phones and everything. I was talking to random people from New York, New Jersey, Upper PA, and everything. It was very communal. It was very interesting also just hearing all the different people about how like some people were PTA fans, some people were just like, I just got this free screening. I just wanted to like, check it out. I don't even know what this movie is. It was just it was very energetic. I really liked it. I'm trying to think of some
Sergey,
other.
what's yours?
It's either Endgame or the last Spider-Man movie. Really.
So listen, I have one, and you guys are gonna fry me, okay? But I have multiple, like Chad. But I have one in particular that is the greatest movie going night of my life I've ever had, ever. Are you ready?
I'm
Hot
ready.
take time. Hot take time. You ready?
Uh-oh.
The greatest movie going night of my life was Twilight Saga: Breaking Dawn Part
Oh
Two.
my gosh.
I said it. I told it would be a hot take, but to this day, it is literally one of the greatest nights of my life. I'm not kidding. Like at that point in my life, and just with that, it was all I think was it my birthday. No, it was a couple days before my birthday, and I saw it. And mind you, I didn't have. I mean, I loved Twilight back then. I still like Twilight now. I understand that it has its flaws, and I'm not here to argue its merit.
Just
You don't like it, you don't like it, cool, whatever. But I do, and just as a person who was into this, I was emotionally invested into the story, and to watch that ending with a crowd, I've never experienced that. And the closest thing to that would be Endgame, but I can't claim Endgame because I didn't really watch it with a crowd. I saw Endgame in an empty theater with AMC employees. So I never got to feel I saw it like I was able to like go and see the reaction when I was cleaning or like just wanted to see how everybody thought about it. But that was more like secondhand, right? This to me was what you guys felt with Endgame. That's how I felt watching that. And then as far as my top three, more hot take time, I would have to go the Twilight Saga Eclipse is number two. I saw that was a double feature with that and Grown Ups. That was a great night with my dad. That was a wonderful day with my
Yeah,
dad.
I will say, Marv, you'll be happy with this. I will say 50 Shades Freed. That was a very interesting experience because I kid you not, I was the only male in the theater watching it with a bunch of 40 and ups and just seeing their reactions. Like it was always like, oh my goodness, don't do that. Oh. And I was just like watching. I'm just like, This is more interesting than the movie itself. Like hearing the crowd, like their reaction.
Well,
To everything.
I saw that with a crowd. That was my last day at AMC Marple, right? And I saw it with two ex-coworkers of mine. And just to watch that with them and the crowd, it was bonkers. Now, mind you, I don't really like that movie too much. I like the second one. The second movie is the one I love.
I only saw the third one.
Yeah. So if I had this, if I had, like, I think the first movie actually is probably no, I don't. I'm not going to say that, but I'll say that the first movie is a very well made movie. I just think that the movie's boring. Um, the second movie
Same director that did Glenn Ross, Sergey. Let that
yes,
sink
Wow.
may he
let that
rest in
sink
peace.
in. Insane.
He just passed away a couple months ago too, so you know what I'm saying.
Oh,
God
did he
bless him.
really?
Yeah, he really did. He died.
Oh
God
wow,
bless
that's
him.
bad.
Yeah, so God bless him.
I
And
think he directed a couple episodes of Hannibal, the show, as well.
I think he did.
He
You
was
got to look it up, but I think he had a lot of credits. He did a lot of stuff. Um, but the second movie is what I like because I think it promises more of what you are what you thought you would be getting into with a premise like that. And mind you, I know people don't like it again, but I feel like with a movie in a story like that, I felt like the second movie, like it fit the billing. Like I was like, I don't see any problem with this. Like if you're not into this, great, cool, whatever. But like this, it's silly, but you know it's silly when you get to the door. So like
Oh
I
wait,
ate
he
it up.
directed. My bad. He directed the second one, not the first.
Oh, yeah, he didn't do the first, no. But he did
Yeah,
the
my
second.
bad.
He did the second and the third movie. He did the third movie too. He actually shot them back to back.
I can't believe that.
Yeah, but oh yeah, but also Django and Chains in there. But also, Chad, you're gonna love this one, The Hateful Eight. I saw the 70 millimeter roadshow presentation, and I got the
Me
Blu-ray.
too.
So for me, I will always remember that. I'll never forget that because that was my first time watching a movie in 70 millimeter, and with a crowd of Tarantino diehards. You know, it just if you're a cinephile, you have to love stuff like that. And I ate that up. I'll never forget that. I wish we had more stuff like that, but that seems to be dying every day.
Well, now that you mention it, there was a lot of like, oh my goodness, kind of experiences because this was the year where I kind of went out of my shell and I did see films on the first time, like on film projectors. And don't get me wrong, I'm sure that in 2010, 2011, when I was like starting to go to the movies more, I believe that there were still film projectors. I forget if they were still at AMC in Neshaminy, but this was the first time I went to see 70 millimeter films, and it was great. The three films I wanted to see, I saw all of them. 2001, Lawrence of Arabia, The Master, all fantastic experiences for different reasons, and it was cool also because it's a theater that they care a lot about the art preserving and everything, and they'll give a little bit of history and everything. And I'm like, oh, this is cool. Like it's stuff I know, but for people that might not necessarily know it, it's giving a little bit of background, and so that way when they're watching it, they have like an idea on what to expect. So
Mm.
yeah, so I'm with you on that. Also, Ace says Endgame was insane, which I agree. No Way Home was hyped too. I did see No Way Home with a big crowd, but I'll never forget Sergey and we saw Nightmare Alley the Thursday night that No Way Home came out, and I
Yeah.
remember Sergey and I both like turned to each other. And we're like, well, these individuals are really treating COVID seriously because the whole entire theme was like they were like packed like
I've never
sardines.
seen this many people show up for for a movie.
Yeah, it
Really?
was wild.
For Spider-Man?
Yeah, it was,
For
dude. It was.
Spider-Man and for Endgame, that's been like huge turnouts. I think the next closest was maybe The Matrix,
Force
right?
Awakens was awesome. Force
Force
Awakens was an insane theater experience. I will say that.
Last Jedi was. Last Jedi was definitely interesting.
That
'Cause-
was. I was very angry afterwards. I'll never.
I was.
I'll never forget what. You guys have seen Fargo, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So the scene where William H Macy's like freaking out and is like trying to scrape the snow off his car. That was literally me out after the movie, and so like I had a breakout, just like and I just like threw it on the ground and everything. I was like, why did we just watch?
That's what I was feeling in the middle of the movie, or actually a couple minutes in. And
Oh,
people
wow.
were laughing, and I'm like, why are people laughing at this?
The most hated movie of all time, The
Yeah, I
Last
can't
Jedi.
stand that movie.
It's definitely up there for most divisive film going experiences for sure.
It might be the best looking Star Wars movie. but it's also might be the Wolves.
It does look good. I'll say that. It definitely looks good.
I'm definitely watching
You don't
that.
think so?
No. I'm with you. That's why I was saying I'll watch it in the future. Like,
I actually have to. No. I have to get you to watch a horror movie on opening night. I just have to do it. We have to do it, baby. Sorry.
I
Which
watched
one?
Black Phone opening night.
Oh, you did watch it on opening on Friday night.
No, Thursday.
Thursday.
Friday night. I got to get you to do it on Friday. Yeah.
No.
Yes, you have to do it.
By the way, for
Go
those
ahead.
listening, next week or we'll off to the side, we'll be talking about when we're gonna film the Before Sunrise and then how we're gonna do that. But everyone, stay tuned for that. That'll be the next live stream discussion, and then of course after that will be the Big Lebowski. But let me know in the comment section down below what you guys thought of Batman Begins. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Remember, if you haven't done so already, I have the link for both Marv and Sergey's channel down below, so be sure to subscribe to both of them. And as always, I hope you guys have a good rest of your night.